Peace, 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 peace. Salute, fam. Salute, family. Salute, brother Stephen X here. Respect Ring Media, Respect Ring Media LLC. Salute to the good family. It's good to be free. It's good to be alive. Respectringmedia.com. Respect Ring Media LLC. It's good to be, man. I feel grateful, fam. Free and alive. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And I want to stay true to my word. Our conversation yesterday sort of got cut off. Not cut off. It was a good discussion. We had a good long discussion, but I said that get on the mic today. Let me see what time it is. Oh yeah, we got time, fam. But hopefully we have a productive. I know we will. We'll have a productive discussion today. Yeah. I'm just very grateful, fam. Very grateful right now. Very grateful. Salute to brother Eric O in the building. Great brother. Salute to the great brother, Eric O. Just bear with me, fam. It's just life. Sometimes life is just, but we got to keep going. We got to keep working. Salute to brother Eric O in the building. Salute to brother Von D in the building, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. 10 toes down with the family. We're just here. I'm here for some boxing talk, fam. Here to talk sports, here to talk boxing. Hopefully connect with the fam, uplift the spirits. Salute to brother Andrew, the African warrior in the building. Salute Stephen X. Salute to you, brother Andrew. Y'all make sure you like the video. I know you do. When you come in, share it on your social media channels. I think I'm good. I think I shared it. Pretty sure I did. I shared it all over. So yeah, fam, we're here to talk a little boxing. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch returns. Oscar wasting time. Shakur and Hitchins not next. So I went to my workout today, came back, and I saw brother Benji. Salute to brother Benji on Twitter. He had shared. Benji has very informative tweets, fam. Very informative tweets. So he had shared something from Oscar De La Hoya. Actually, let me put it on the screen, so it's not a mystery about what I'm talking about. So Oscar De La Hoya posted something on his Instagram, a poll, hence the title of this show, right? Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch returns. Oscar wasting time, right there. Oscar wasting time. So let's address that, fam. Let me know how I sound on the mic. I want to make sure you can hear me, and I'll salute everyone coming in the room when you come in. Thanks for the brothers being here. The Kings are here. Where is that? Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, let me pull that up, fam. Salute to brother Eric. Oh, loud and clear. Amazing. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate Lake County. Lake County's in the building. Thank you for being here yesterday. I think that was you that clicked the panel. I didn't know. But it's good to see you, bro. So I know we met each other on Mark Nash's show. Where is that? Oh, okay. It's on the screen. I'm like, hey, what's up, Lake County? What's up, Eric? Oh, salute to the whole fam in the room. Thanks for being here. It should be on your screen, right? Y'all see? Yeah. Okay, so this was from brother Benji. It says, yesterday, Oscar De La Hoya doubled down on wanting Devin Haney rematch in July. Fans are beginning to speculate whether their supposed Conor Ben fight will even be turkey backed. So that's Ryan Garcia versus Conor Ben. Right, because what happened to that talk? Because I thought they were fighting in August, and Conor Ben said, "Keep my belt warm," after he beat Regis Prograis a couple weeks ago. So what's going on with that? So Oscar De La Hoya puts a poll up on his Instagram. I think, this is Instagram. It says yes or no, and it says, "Would you like to see the rematch of Devin Haney versus Ryan this summer at Allegiant Stadium?" And Oscar, like, dude, you're wasting your time. Like Oscar De La Hoya, Ryan Garcia, that whole Golden Boy staff. And I'm sure Devin Haney knows this already. Like, they're not like y'all weren't interested in the rematch after Ryan initially won, right? And then you weren't interested in the rematch after the drug uh, cheating was revealed. And you've said numerous times. I mean, I can find the receipts. Like, I'm talking about Oscar, numerous times, bro. So now that Devin's over at Zuffa, um, you're entertaining a rematch. Come on, y'all. You're wasting Devin. I know Devin knows that Oscar's wasting his time. Salute to Adam Hurley. What did he say? Devin got a lot of options right now, but none. Oh, no. Ryan got a lot of options right now, but none better than Haney. Yeah. I guess Ryan has options. Yeah, he does. The Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch is a top, it's a top fight, top 10 fight in boxing. Let me just put it that way. In this current time. It's significant. It's an important rematch because fans want to know how much the PED use was a factor. Fans want to know how much the overweight factor was a factor. Fans want to know if Devin's game plan was a factor. That was his game plan, which is sort of unique from the way that Devin Haney normally fights. He was on the front foot against Ryan Garcia. It was like a search and destroy type of game plan, seek and destroy. Fans want to know if that was a mistake or not. I think I've already stated clearly what I thought about that game plan. I'm of the opinion, like, I don't have a problem with Devin's style, only because I think what outweighs it was Ryan Garcia being overweight and obviously rehydrated on that night. And then Devin was rehydrated too. All fighters rehydrated. We all know that. But Devin made the contracted weight. Ryan didn't. So, I am of the opinion that the weight and the PEDs outweighs Devin's supposed bad game plan. Supposed. And I'm only saying this because this is what sometimes you hear this from critics or enemies of Devin Haney. His game plan was wrong. That's why he lost. PEDs don't win boxing matches. We've all heard the arguments from him. You know what I mean? And I've always counteracted those arguments just with logic and common sense. Like, I'm putting myself in the shoes of a guy that's juiced up and overweight. That's a big deal inside the ring, fam. And anyone that works out knows that even if you take supplements, much more powerful or what have you feel after you take a supplement, if you take supplements when you work out. So I'm imagining being on drugs, bro, nandrolone and ostarine. I don't even know how that feels, but I know what that stuff does. Right? And I'm fuller in weight. Yeah, those are unfair advantages over a guy that weight trained himself to make the contracted weight, and you didn't even bother. You know what I'm saying, fam? So I'm of that opinion. But I say all that to say that's why the rematch is important. That's why it should happen. Right? And not only that, Devin won on the unofficial card by Chris Mannix. Or no, Chris Mannix scored it a draw. Chris Mannix, I remember this because I was watching. I remember it vividly. Chris Mannix scored it a draw. And I don't know. I want to say 113, 113. I want to say that without looking it up. Right. And then, one of the judges scored it a draw, fam. Yeah, they didn't give it to Devin, but they scored it a draw. And then the other two gave it to Ryan. So that was a split decision win. So Ryan didn't even UD Devin. Okay, here's the thing. Ryan didn't knock him out cold. Devin beat the 10 count every time he got dropped, all 3 times. Right? People talk about, oh no, it was more than 3 times. The ref saved them, blah blah. Y'all, I care about what's official. It was 3 knockdowns. Devin got up every time. They were very dramatic knockdowns in the sense that the way Devin fell, it looked odd. You know what I'm saying, fam? And I'm like dissecting this because last night I was thinking your sister Shaquilla Fields said, no one's done a breakdown. Remember yesterday, fam? I don't know if she's in the building. She's not here yet, but she said that, no one's broken down the X's and O's of that fight. And there's people better than me that can do that part. I'm not interested in X's and O's, fam. I'm more interested in like the bigger picture of it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm good at. X's and O's, I'll leave that to boxing trainers. I'll leave that to, you know what I mean? People that can do that way better than me. Salute to brother Von D. Just imagine the complaining if things was on the opposite foot. Oh my God. Fam. Let me leave that on the screen, fam. If Devin Haney, I don't know, I feel heavy today. I went to the gym. I try to do things to take care of myself every day, but I don't know. Maybe it's the weather outside, but like when you pose that, bro, do you know how serious that is? Like it wouldn't be treated the same, fam. If Devin Haney had done what Ryan Garcia done, Devin Haney would be brought up on criminal charges. No exaggeration. I'm not even exaggerating with you, bro. Devin Haney, the elite black fighter, drug cheats a non-black person. In this case, a Mexican-American man of Mexican descent, right? In Ryan Garcia. And a black man cheats him the way Ryan Garcia did Devin. There would be the New York State Attorney General would be involved, the Brooklyn DA. The NYPD probably would be like, I'm telling you, fam, it would be totally different. A black fighter can't do this. People will be calling for criminal charges. People don't understand how serious that night was. I think it's a stain on boxing. So when I see DAZN on April 20th, I guess they were playing off Ryan Garcia's tweet on 420 that just passed, 420, smoking day. So he tweeted something about the win. Happy 420, because that was the fight on April 20th, 2024. So DAZN had the image of Devin on the canvas, and then Ryan's like standing tall, like sort of like screaming. So that's very, to them it's iconic. To me, it's a stain on boxing. And that DAZN would even post that, knowing that fight was overturned from a win for Ryan to a no contest. If I don't even have a DAZN subscription. If I did, I would cancel it. Just based off seeing that. You know what I mean? To me, I think it's a stain on boxing that night. Stain on the sport. And that's why I'm here. Because I'm not interested in the X's, fam. I'm not interested in the X's and O's inside. I'm not. It's fun, but some of us gotta focus on the big picture and the sinister stuff going on in the boxing and call that out. And I need enough energy just to do that, fam. There's other people that can do X's and O's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, salute to Eric O. Definitely a stain. I think it's a stain. I'm gonna make it very clear. Stephen X, me, Respecting Media, I say it's a stain on the sport of boxing and sports in general. Drug cheating is bad. Don't ever do it if you're a professional athlete. Don't ever do it if you're an amateur athlete. If you want to live a peaceful life with no drama in your life and you don't want to ruin your career, just work out and at most take supplements, but even be careful with supplements. And if you can afford it, get yourself a professional that can cook your food, buy your food, and prepare it for you every day. If you're at that level. Do not follow Ryan Garcia's bad example. Do not, fam. Yes, Eric, I'll respect the game. respect. Everything starts with self-respect and respect for the sport and the craft you're in, fam. So us over here, we're gonna be like the agitators, the people that annoy people. Like, y'all are still talking about drug cheating? Yeah. Yeah, I'm still talking about it. Salute to brother Von D. I never liked DAZN. I never liked DAZN in the first place, fam. Yeah. I've been seeing things over there that, yeah, I've been peeping, some of the correspondence they have over there, and then the commentary. Yeah, they have a certain slant. They got a certain political slant, fam. Definitely, they lean a certain way, and I know I don't lean that way. Salute to brother Bounce Back 22 in the house. Salute to you, good bro. Thank you for being here, man. DAZN partnering with everyone now, though. How would you watch the fights? Laugh out loud. Yeah, I mean, they are a player. DAZN is a significant player, or I wouldn't be talking about them. So, I wouldn't be talking about them if they weren't. Yeah, and we have the right, especially if you're paying for it, fam. If you're paying for DAZN, yeah, you definitely have a right to either cancel your subscription or voice your complaint to them, or show them that you're dissatisfied with the way they're covering certain fighters, particularly black fighters, or the bias they're showing towards a Ryan Garcia. Even Ring, the whole Inside the Ring show, their first inaugural show was Ryan Garcia. And I remember people saying, like, this is how you guys want to represent your brand, with like a racist and a drug cheat and all these things, and an unrepentant racist and an unrepentant drug cheat. That's what is a stain on the sport of boxing. Ryan could fix everything. Stop playing games, get in the ring with Devin Haney. That would be bringing honor and restoration back to his name, to make his name good again. Get in the ring, agree to the drug testing, VADA drug testing. Salute to brother Erico, yeah, 100. Oh, salute to brother Mike's Mindset in house. Salute, brother. Thank you for being here. Salute to you. Thank you for being consistent, man, showing up. I try to be consistent on a mic. So when the family shows up, it feels really good. I really am grateful, fam. I'm grateful to be free in America. And I'm grateful to be alive right now. Right? I really am. And so, we're here to talk the sport of boxing. That's what we're here to do. Because if we don't talk boxing, what else are we going to talk about? This is what we care about. Salute to Bounce Back 22. I got a question. Which fight are you looking forward to more? Boots versus Xander or Foster versus Ford? I'm very interested in Boots versus Xander. I think that's what I'm looking forward to more right now. Although Shaki Foster is nice to watch. And Ford, both. Yeah, that's an exciting fight. But Boots and Xander, because I want to see if Boots, they're both, exactly, Erico, they're both good fights. Yes, sir, to Mike's Mindset. Yeah, they're both good fights, man. Man, that's a really good question. Yeah, but Boots and Xander, I want to see if Boots can be successful in his attempt to become unified at 154. That is a significant thing. Like, we can't say, oh, that's not no, that's because, Boots, his level of competition is not quite up to par. It's not quite elite. So it would be interesting to see him become unified in this new division. After that first fight against that guy, that fight was totally pointless. That was supposed to be a tune-up fight, or just to see an acclamation to the weight fight against Lima, right? Where Boots knocked him out in the first round. Like, that's not a tune-up. A first round knockout, that's not a good tune-up. You need rounds. You need to get rounds, like the way Tszyu. Oh, did you all hear Tszyu and Errol Spence are about to get it on? Like, Tszyu's been getting all these tune-ups, you know what I'm saying? And now, Yeah, it's right here. Ring says Spence versus Tszyu set for. Here, let me put it on the screen for him. Yeah, Erico, but they're definitely both good fights. Salute to Erico. Yeah, Lima didn't prepare him for a damn thing. Bro, bro, you make me laugh. Like, come on. Like, how is this a preparation for a next fight? A first round knockout? The guy didn't touch you once, or maybe he did, but you know, Boots, it's almost like Boots enjoys getting hit. Like he gets, you know, he gets a kick out of it or something. I don't know, man. Because he gets hit more than he should as an elite fighter, or that passes the eye test of, as an elite fighter or a pound for pound fighter. He does get hit a lot though, you know. Which I mean, he has a chin, you know. Salute to brother Naikwan in the building. Afternoon, fam and chat. Good afternoon, sir, and good to see you here again. 10 toes down, consistent. This right here is the grassroots of boxing, fam. This right here, we are the grassroots. So when we show up like this, like it's a big deal. You know, unity and one accord around a common cause. You know, it's a powerful thing. And we're just talking. Just checking something right now. Yeah, we're just talking about boxing, the sport that we love. Yeah, I came across Blue Blood. I had shared it on my Twitter. Blue Blood had talked about this topic, where of Oscar De La Hoya. I liked what Blue Blood Sports TV. I like what he had to say in regards to the topic. It's like now Devin Haney is over at Zuffa Boxing. It's broke, you know, the story broke. Devin Haney signed, thanks to BFTB Boxing. Devin signed to Zuffa. We didn't get numbers yet. I don't think so. Folks are speculating. I'm speculating, but like, yeah, salute to Erico. Yeah. Bounce back 22. What do you think about Ben Whitaker and his first round knockouts? Will Matchroom keep milking that, or is it time for him to step up and copy? Of course it's time for him to step up. Of course it is, but they found a way to pack the house for his fights and for him to do what he does. You know what I mean? They found a way for that to happen. So they're not gonna, why would they put him in 50-50 fights right now when what he's doing is working? You know? Salute to brother Drug Free in the building. All intellects in the temple. Yeah, salute to all the intellects in the temple. Yeah, but bounce back 22. I think it is time for him to step up, but you know, what's the business incentive for him to do so? I mean, every time he fights, it looks like it's a packed house out there in the UK. Salute to brother Drug Free. Good to have you, bro. Thank you for being here. Oh yeah. Okay, let me get out your business. Yeah, salute, fam. Make sure you like the video, share it. And we're talking this boxing. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch returns. Oscar wasting time. Shakur and Hitchins not next. Salute to brother DP Rocker in the building. Salute, good king. Salute to the kings in the building, man. Showing up, man. Big bro, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, we're talking this boxing. And I said I would show up on the mic today after a discussion about Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson getting it on at 147, the glory division, not a no 144, which is what Shakur wants. And Devin Haney ain't doing that. And I don't speak on behalf of Devin Haney, but trust and believe, Devin Haney is not fighting no fight. I cover boxing. I don't speak on behalf of any fighter. Devin Haney's my favorite fighter. But no one is on anyone's payroll. We just cover the boxing. You know, even though folks like to say, oh, you're on the payroll. You see that on Twitter a lot. People talk crap on Twitter. Yeah, so Spence though, hold on. Is that on the screen? Y'all can see that. Yeah. So Ring broke this today. Oh, that's BF's comment. Yeah, I reposted that. Errol Spence versus Tszyu is set to take place on Sunday, July 26th in Australia, meaning it will air on Saturday night, July 25th, U.S. time. Spence hasn't fought since his July 2023 loss to Terrence Crawford. Tszyu returned to action earlier this month as he beat Dennis Nurja. Yeah, I watched that fight. It was a good scrap. And then it says here, Spence versus Tszyu set for July 26th in Australia via Dan Raphael. Okay. That's interesting, fam. Yeah, I was saying Tszyu's been getting these tune-up fights. What did BF say? He said the PBC don't F with EJ to send him to Australia. Yeah, after a 3-year layoff. Then he added, Errol Spence, you're way too big to be treated like this. Your comeback should be in Texas. Amen, BF. Yeah, that should be in Texas. He hasn't fought in 3 years, man. That was 2023 when Bud beat him. Wow. Yeah, Errol needs to get in the ring, and he doesn't do tune-ups. Tim Tszyu is not a tune-up. I don't care what Fundora did to Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu is not no tune-up. I mean, Tim Tszyu is not no tune-up for Errol. Even though Fundora destroyed Tim Tszyu twice, Tim Tszyu is still, I think, and he's had his tune-up fight, so he's ready. But Errol doesn't do tune-ups, so maybe it's just going to be equals coming in the ring. Because Errol doesn't do tune-ups anyways. You know what I mean, fam? So that's going to be interesting. It seems like it's already set. So let's put that on the calendar of fights to watch for. I mean, we got Xander and Boots, like we said. Xander versus Boots. We got Ford, and we got Shaki Foster. Yeah, but back to my original message, like the big picture, everything, right? Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya, he was at Congress doing whatever. That was a joke, right? He doesn't care about the welfare of fighters. He just is anti-Zuffa boxing because he's anti-Dana White. That's all that is. And whatever beef personal beef or business beef they got, that's all that was. Like, he's not really a socially conscious individual. He obviously didn't care about the welfare of Devin Haney. He doesn't care that Ryan was juiced up. So that whole parade in Congress in front of the Senate, I don't know what that was all about. So now he puts out this poll. For folks that just came in the room, let me put it back on the screen. I got this from Brother Benji. Salute to Brother Benji on Twitter, just left arm on Twitter. And then also salute to Blue Blood Sports, who broke the story this morning on his page, that Oscar De La Hoya is polling boxing fans. Here it is. He's polling boxing fans about Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia this summer. So July, or I guess August, at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Right? Let me put on the screen. Yeah, there we go, fam. Yeah, it should be on there now. There we go. So this is the poll that Oscar put out. This is the poll right here. And then what did Brother Benji say? Yesterday, Oscar De La Hoya doubled down on wanting Devin Haney rematch in July. Fans are beginning to speculate whether the supposed Conor Ben fight will even be turkey-backed. Yeah. Right? So Conor Ben's over at Zuffa Boxing. Ryan Garcia is the new 147 WBC champ. So I don't know. They would have to work that out, how a Zuffa fighter fights a guy that's not a Zuffa fighter, a guy that's a WBC champ. You know what I'm saying? And now you're trying to get a rematch with Devin Haney, and you guys haven't been interested in a rematch. You've said it numerous times. It's well documented. No rematch. He destroyed Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia destroyed Devin Haney. There's no need for a rematch. Like this, the amount of bullshit that we've heard from Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins and just everybody, that whole record label and staff, that whole record label and crew, fam, the bullshit that comes out of there, man. So anyways, he polls and says, would you like to see the rematch of Devin Haney versus Ryan this summer at Allegiant Stadium? And then it says yes or no. Yeah, so Devin, Do not waste your time with this. Don't even go back and forth with these guys on Twitter. Facts, Erico. I mean, you can do it just for the, put them in their place. Put them in their place if you have to on Twitter, And when you got us on the grassroots that cover this, so we're watching, man. We're the grassroots of boxing. We're the grassroots fans. This is where the real boxing lives, right over here. We're always going to tell the truth. Even if we're always going to tell the truth, no matter the circumstances, and no matter the consequences of doing so. Devin has options. Somebody was here earlier today saying, what was it? Where's that tweet? Yeah, Ryan. Right here, Ryan, I meant. Ryan got a lot of options right now, but none better than Haney. Well, let's flip that. Devin Haney's got a lot of options right now. Devin Haney's got options, especially now that he signed with Zuffa Boxing. And now he's going to be an even richer man under that banner. Salute to brother Giovanni in the house. Peace. Peace to you, bro. Giovanni, thank you for being here. 10 toes down. Family's here. Thank you so much, fam. Make sure you like the video, share it. Yeah, we're just building, just grounding around this boxing. And like I said, our conversation yesterday, I mean, it wasn't cut short, but, we sort of had to bounce. We were talking about Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson, right? But that's an option for Devin. Richardson Hitchins is under Zuffa Boxing. Devin Haney is now signed to Zuffa Boxing. We've heard that reporting. So it's safe to say now, right? Details will come out, but it looks like he's signed, Devin Haney, to Zuffa. But I don't think he's beholden to them. Like, he can fight outside of Zuffa. It's not like all of a sudden he can only fight under Zuffa. That's not the impression I got. That's not the impression I got with the news. No. It seems to me that Devin can still do any kind of fight he wants to do. Under DHP, under maybe like Zuffa, signing a Zuffa deal, Yep. Yeah, it seems like, Erico, it seems like nothing's really changed. It's just Devin's options have increased significantly, but he's still doing what he's doing. Salute to Bounce Back. What's the point of Oscar making that post? I'm confused. I'm confused. Is De La Hoya trying to get this fight done before he has to work with Dana to make it? Yeah. That's what I'm gathering, fam. Oscar's doing this because of Devin Haney signing over to Zuffa Boxing, or the news of that, right? So that's the point of his post. He's reacting to this and trying to drag. Remember, he's got something against Zuffa. He's got something against Dana White. So he doesn't want Dana White to win in any regard. And whether Oscar De La Hoya admits it or not, he knows Devin Haney is a significant player in this boxing game. I mean, he can say what he wants publicly, but he's not an idiot. He knows Devin Haney is the name. That's why he uses his name. So you think he's happy to see Devin over at Zuffa, and Devin's options of fighters increasing and making Ryan Garcia even more irrelevant, right? So he's trying to bring relevancy back to Ryan Garcia, his fighter and his company. That's all it is. It's just more clout chasing, fam. That's why I'm saying Oscar's wasting time. Like, Devin, don't even entertain this, right? He's just trying to keep the same way Ryan Garcia always tries to keep his name attached to Devin Haney in the news. Oscar De La Hoya is doing the same thing. So he hears the news of Devin signing with Zuffa. Here comes Oscar with this random ass post, right? What's the point of Oscar making that post, right? Bounce Back. This random post that comes out of nowhere, apparently. It's just to take the attention off Devin back to them and Ryan. That's all this is. These guys play games. They're a bunch of jokers. Like, give me 1 sec, fam. Let me get a drink. I've been talking and talking. I'm like, I need to be hydrated. Right? I got a lot on my mind. But, like, fam, that's all this is. It's distraction. It's more bullshit from Golden Boy and Oscar. There is no real point other than look over here, look over here. Let's talk about Devin and Ryan fighting again. And you're not serious, right? You're not serious about the rematch. You never were, right? You just wanted to beat Devin by any means necessary, any unusual means necessary, even outside the rules. I mean, that makes you pathetic. You couldn't beat him square up. You had to cheat, you know. Salute to Eric. Oh, we're gonna see Dev versus Hitch at some point. Hitch at 147 now too. Yeah, I think they're gonna end up scrapping one day. Who knows? It could be next. You never know, fam. Things are always changing. In life, in boxing, it don't matter. It don't matter, fam. That don't be surprised if we hear that fight because right now the priority for Devin is to get a fight in soon. You know, get a date. Um, Ideally, I said this yesterday, and some other broadcasts. You know, I would like to see Devin fight twice this year. That's me being. Let me get a drink. Hold on, fam. Excuse me, I'm like, I'm talking. And I'm like, I would like to see Devin fight twice this year, fam. Yeah, that would be good. That would be ideal. Zuffa, that's easy. That's an in-house fight. Um, this whole Zuffa boxing thing, don't get confused by it. Just think of it as think of Zuffa boxing as just like a PBC or a Golden Boy. It's just to me that's the way I think of it. It's just a PBC. It's just a Golden Boy. Another one of those that's going to have like a house league of fighters that they sign and they all fight each other. That's the way I think about it. Instead of being all confused and complicated, but I don't think it's that complicated. You know, and Dana White, as we can see, is the face of it. You know, and it seems like their model is going to be similar to the way UFC's model is, their business model. So that's the best way to understand that. Yeah, yeah, Erica, it's just another boxing league. Let's just real simple. Let's just make it simple, fam. There's no need to complicate it. I have no interest in making my life more complicated, so I'm going to think of it in that way and no other way. What is this? Eddie Hearn. Oh yeah, that's what we were supposed to cover yesterday. Eddie Hearn, and we had it was good though. We had a good panel discussion, fam. But we didn't get to cover Eddie Hearn and the things he was saying. I got to pull this up on the screen. Yeah, this Eddie Hearn. At least I want to cover at least one of these with Eddie Hearn because Eddie Hearn's been talking a lot of shit too. Obviously in relation to Devin Haney. Pull that up on the. Yeah, let's get that on the screen. Full frontal. Here we go. Here we go. Bounce back 22 says the difference is those promoters don't let their best fighters fight each other until they're basically writing one off. Exactly, till they cancel each other out. Yeah. Because remember, Richardson Hitchins' manager is the same manager as Teofimo Lopez. And they've never there were some talks about them. They've been talking about fighting each other. But y'all are making it sound like you have the same manager. I forgot his name. You see him everywhere. His face is very recognizable. Let me pull up his name. Teofimo. It's on the tip of my tongue. Lopez's manager. Yeah, Keith Connolly. Keith Connolly is his. Yeah, they have the same manager, fam. There we go. Bounce back. Thank you. Connolly. Keith Connolly. They got the same managers, fam. So, you know, these boxers try to make it us. They think we're fools, the fans or the journalists, that we don't understand what's going on. And all the excuses for ducking, you know what I'm saying? Like we can see through all the excuses. Okay, here it is. So Benji says, let me share this. Like, boom, boom. Okay. So Benji says, yesterday evening, Eddie Hearn does a different interview and clarifies what he said. He explains he still has love for Devin Haney. Okay, yeah. Because he had put his foot in the mouth on another interview.
He knows our number.
All right, give me 1 sec. Let me rewind this. All right. We're good there, fam. Okay. I want to make sure everything's good. Let's go.
Shout out to IF.
YouTube. This is for fair use and educational purposes, and credit to Fight Hub TV.
TV. I'm going to take a bit of what you said to them earlier today when you said, when you're talking about Devin Haney and it's sort of being a bit too expensive to sign him based on how.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing that clip. Okay. I'll play that clip after. This was before, but it's okay. We're doing it in the reverse. It's fine. He said that Devin Haney, this is probably more important to cover first anyway. He just said that Devin Haney, I'll summarize it for you. He said Devin Haney is asking for too much money or he's too expensive for the, I think he was talking about in relation to the Rolly fight. Now, I don't know why Eddie Hearn is even talking about it. What does Eddie Hearn have to do with Devin Haney and Rolly? Maybe we'll get some clarity.
His purses.
I mean that in the most respectful way. Like, I love Devin, but like Devin knows our number.
Yeah.
He's not really interested in that number. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so he says Devin knows Matchroom's number to pay him. What their limit is in paying Devin Haney. I guess his guarantee. All right, I'm just reading between the lines, fam.
And we're not falling out, but if he can get a crazy deal from someone that really needs him or to make a statement, take it, and he will take it. I think he's going to sign for Zuffa because they'll.
Okay, so more confirmation that Devin will sign or has already signed the Zuffa boxing.
Pay him well over the odds, and I won't. Do you know what I mean? So that was what I was talking about by that. You know, I always say to Devin, listen, if you ever want to fight, we're here, but you know what we're going to.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn is salty that Devin and his dad won't pledge their loyalty 100% to Matchroom and sign. I guess what does he want? He wants Devin to sign as a Matchroom fighter, Matchroom boxing fighter. Like, that's crazy. Why would he do that? There's no incentive. And you're saying Devin is a prize fighter. So his prize is going to get bigger, especially after the fight against Ryan Garcia, where he made his best payday. So he has a certain, and we covered that with the certain, Sergio Mora and Chris Mannix. They have a podcast. We covered that yesterday, where Sergio Mora is saying, like, these guys want more money every time they fight. Right? And he used to be a fighter, so he would know. Eric O says Ellerby said something similar years ago. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah. Who basically said, God bless Devin Haney, but we can't afford him. So this is like the white version of Ellerby. I'm talking about Eddie Hearn. He's basically saying the same thing. We can't afford Devin Haney. He's too expensive. So y'all were saying that about Devin back then, and you're saying it now. But you guys are promoters. So what are you supposed to say? Like, of course you're going to say, you're going to always justify not paying a fighter top dollar, the money they ought to be making. You're going to lowball because you want more of the pot for yourself. I mean, that's just how it goes, Yeah, but definitely Erico Ellerby said something similar years ago. Salute to Jay Vani. Someone who needs him to make a statement. Yeah, someone who needs him to make a statement. Yeah, that's yeah, Eddie Hearn. I don't know what is he. Oh, yeah, Erico. Yeah, Eddie Hearn is just a I mean, he's more than a talking head, but he's gonna always, when you hear promoters talk or Eddie Hearn talk, always remember they're looking out for their own dollar and their own self-interest. You know, fam?
Going to pay, and he's made a lot of money. So good luck to him.
What would be like? What would he need to do, or who he would fight to be able to like?
Eddie throwing shade. Yeah, Giovanni. Yeah, Eddie's throwing shade. These are backhanded compliments he's giving. These are not full-throated compliments, fam. These are backhanded. Very salty man, Eddie Hearn is.
Like, make it worth that for you then.
That's the thing. Like Devin in a big, Devin against Ryan Garcia. Devin's got great value, but Devin against just a defense. There's a ceiling to the purse, and he's not interested in that money because he's made a lot of money, and he's right, by the way.
Okay, so he's saying there's a ceiling. Okay, so he's saying there's a limit. There's a limit to how much Devin Haney makes and a defense, or in this case, it's a unification bout. So I don't know what he means. It's a defense. It's like a unification bout as well against Rolly. You know what I'm saying? So Eddie Hearn is saying, well, I value a Ryan Garcia rematch more than I do a unification bout. So he's looking at the money. He's just interested in a big money fight. That's what he will put money behind. But anything else, he's not interested. All right. So it goes back. He cares about the money. And to him, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia rematch is a more lucrative fight than Devin becoming a unified champ at 147. He may be right. I'm not even arguing that he's wrong. He may be right. The Ryan Garcia rematch may be a bigger fight financially. Who knows? I don't know. But what the hell is Eddie talking about? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, fam. He is all over the place. He is all over the place. Because to me, a 147 Glory Division unification bout will sell out at MGM Grand. That's a sellout and a pay-per-view seller. And you can replace Rolly Romero with anybody. It doesn't matter who it was. It could be anybody. Devin is the one that's going to make that fight sell out. He's A-side. You know what I mean? And Ryan Garcia is nothing without Devin Haney. Devin Haney is the A-side in that rematch, fam. Did you hear what I said? Devin Haney is A-side in the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch. He's more accomplished than Ryan Garcia. Okay. He's a 3-division world champion. He's undefeated. And how do you reward somebody with A-side status who's a well-documented drug cheat? How does that work? Bounce Back says, so why not sign him and make the Ryan fight? Yes. Y'all are making great points. You value the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch so much, so put your money behind your mouth. Like put your money where your mouth is. You're gonna get back the money plus more anyway. If you think that fight is so lucrative. But maybe he doesn't even believe what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? He's just shading Devin. All of this is to shade him. That's the point, man. Salute to Giovanni. Devin versus Ryan is this Wilder versus Fury. Yeah. Wow. What a great point. Yeah. These guys don't care about drug cheating. The promoters. Eddie Hearn doesn't care about it. We know Oscar De La Hoya doesn't care about drug cheating. Right. And dare I say, Turkey. Yeah, Vada's involved in his ring cards and Riyadh cards, but Turkey's favorite fighters are drug cheats. Turkey loves Ryan Garcia. Turkey loves Tyson Fury. Both drug cheats. He loves Canelo. Right? We all know Canelo, drug cheat. With him, we could say, okay, he was a drug cheat in the past, in the sense that he's been clean for a long time now. I'm talking about Canelo. So he was a drug cheat in the past, if we want to be fair to him and balanced. But I still call Tyson Fury a drug cheat. and I still call Ryan Garcia drug cheat, meaning active, present day, present time, PT time. Because there's signs there. You know, there's signs of it, especially with Ryan and his physique. The transformation from when he fought Rolly to now when he fought Mario Barrios is night and day. Yeah, exactly, Vondi. Like, yeah. Eddie Hearn. Yeah, they're promoters, fam. You know, so they're looking out for their interests, their money interests, their business interests. That's their role in the boxing game. Eric O says Turkey made Ryan an ambassador for Riyadh after he popped. Exactly. I remember Ryan went on a little world tour after he won, and that's where he met Tyson Fury out in the Middle East there, or in Riyadh. He made Tyson Fury come out of his what do they call those buses? The buses they ride, you know, talent stars in. You know, I forgot the name of it, the little vans. Made him come out and take a picture with him. He wanted a photo opportunity with Tyson Fury. Yep, Erico. You know, of course, they have common cause, like two drug cheats unite. But Turkey likes these guys. So how much does Turkey care about drug cheating? Fam, I don't think there's a toxic element, fam, in the boxing world. And then they get mad at us over here for always talking about cheating. But y'all, I wouldn't need to exist if y'all didn't condone or support drug cheating. Then I would shut my mouth. But how the hell am I going to shut my mouth when I know you guys are letting non-black fighters cheat black fighters in the ring? And you don't care. And then your DAZN corporate boxing media doesn't give a damn. They're posting the image of a fam, think about this. Think about how trashy DAZN is, fam. If you think critically, this is a corporate boxing sports media outlet worth how much? Let me see what the net worth is. What is the net worth of DAZN? Boom. DAZN is a heavily funded, privately held. Let me put it on the screen for you. Actually, let me just read it, then we'll get back to the video. DAZN is a heavily funded, privately held sports streaming platform with an estimated rather than publicly traded net worth. While generating over $3.2 billion in revenue in 2023. Let's stop right there. $3.2 billion in revenue. What are we talking? We're talking about over $3 billion valuation company. And targeting $5 billion for 2025. So they're $2 billion richer since 2023. It operates with massive losses, requiring over $6.7 billion US in total investment from Access Industries as of January 2025. So Access Industries is the real funder of DAZN, or the mother company. They're the ones with the billions of dollars behind DAZN. It's crazy, fam. There's a lot of money in the sport of boxing. But where is it going? What agenda is it supporting? You know, if you're a critical thinker, these are the kind of questions you think about and ask. If you're not, then you just enjoy boxing, which is cool. But all the bullshit and shenanigans that go on, somebody has to talk about it. Somebody's got to talk about all this, the shenanigans that go on in the business side of boxing, and the cheating and the drug cheating, and it's all connected, fam. Salute to Al Joe in the building. Al Joe, first time seeing you here. Thank you, I think. Thank you for being here. Hearn is basically saying Haney wants an amount of money that he doesn't draw at the gate or pay-per-view buys. Turkey, Zuffa are the only ones doing that at this moment. Hence why Haney is likely to sign with them. Well, yeah, Haney is signed with Zuffa. Yeah, Hearn. First of all, this is okay. Devin Haney is a draw though at the gate and in pay-per-view buys. So I'm challenging that right there. No, 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 no. You're not a Haney hater. I didn't gather that. No, by the way. Don't read me wrong. No, I'm not. You don't come across as one. And I don't care if you are. You don't come across as one. I'm just sort of addressing what you wrote here. Yeah. That's what Eddie Hearn's thinking is. But Devin Haney is my point is Devin Haney is a draw. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, just do your research. He sells out. He sells pay-per-views. He sells tickets. Bums in seats, bruv. Like, no, Devin Haney puts bums in seats. So I challenge that whole notion. I've seen sold out venues with him. In Australia, here in the United States. Yeah. But yeah, Devin Haney, yeah. To your latter point, Turkey, Zuffa are the only ones doing that at this moment. Yeah, they're in that sense, they're offering a lot of money as a startup company, as a starter company. So Devin, yeah, he's saying Devin can go do what he wants. Go, I'm not giving this kind of money to you, Dev. I need more of it for myself. He's not saying that, but that's what he's saying to himself, you know. Yeah, but I definitely wrote Aljo. Thank you for being here. I didn't think you were a Devin Haney hater. I don't think so. Thank you for being here, bro. Oh, salute to Brother B in the building. Salute to you, bro. Good discussion yesterday. Critically thinking is a thing of the past. Amen. There's a lot of ignorance in these boxing streets, B, and I ain't standing for it. Not on my watch. Thanks for being here, bro. Salute to Brother Big Soldier MX in the building. Eddie trying to rob prospects. Yeah. Salute to you, bro. Eddie has prospect pockets. He's got prospect. Yeah, that's his limit. Yeah. Eddie Hearn, you know. That's why I listen to these guys critically. Yeah, Erico. Hearn just don't want to pay him. He doesn't want to pay up, man. That's all it is, fam. He just don't want to pay up. Salute to B. What is that? Hearn is full of shit. He's a boxing promoter. He will say this week and sign Devin for a fight the next. Exactly. They talk out of both sides of their mouth, promoters. You know, he's saying this now. Next week he'll say something totally different. You know, because at the one hand, he's trying to downgrade Devin Haney, saying he's not valuable. Like our brother said, Aljo, he doesn't sell tickets. He's not a draw. And then the next minute, you're trying to sign him for a Ryan Garcia. You're definitely going to want to get involved in that. But I thought he didn't sell, you know. Salute to Brother Big Soldier MX. DAZN and Ring, Zuffa running stuff. Yeah. Zuffa, yeah. They're a player now. Startup company, but still a player. And they will overpay, quote unquote, overpay. You're not overpaying Devin, though. That's going to be your greatest sign up. If it hasn't happened already, we have the reports it's already happened. But we just don't have numbers and stuff like reported. But Devin is fighting under Zuffa boxing banner, not exclusively, I think. No. He's a WBO. Let's calm down. Devin Haney is the WBO 147 champ. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. It's just another league, another boxing league. Salute to Brother B. Black people, the only athletes they supposedly pay too much money. We can't get paid, huh? Yeah. It's like what Brother Benji's posted on his Twitter where Floyd Mayweather was like, I'm a prize fighter, you idiot, when he was fighting Shane Mosley. Like, Shane Mosley thinks I make too much money or I'm all about the money. It's like, I'm a prize fighter. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'll pull it up later. Yeah, black people are... We got to wake up, folks. We got to wake up in all spheres of activity of life. Got to be conscious always. use the time you have on earth well. And that's what I like about DHP and Devin. They get that. They understand life, you know. Big Soldier MX, Eddie just a worker. Shut up and listen. Yeah. Yeah, Eddie's the slave master in his thinking. Like his dad, like what his dad said to Dillian White. For those that know. Bounce back. Oh, my bad. Let me steal your business. Brother B says, this is the same guy who said Shakur was extremely boring and can't sell, then signed him the next month. Man, B's always dropping truth in science, bro. Facts, bro. And I was like, dude, I thought you, and that's very well documented. Yeah, it's like, you said this guy was boring, and then you sign him. You know, these guys are walking contradictions. You know, hey, they give us something to cover though, so we get to talk about it. Yeah, Big Soldier, while Lewis Crocker fights nobodies. And then you get in the way of a Lewis Crocker, Devin Haney unification bout. Come on, man. Because Lewis Crocker is the 147 champ for the IBF. I don't care what sanctioning body it is. It's a belt. A belt is a belt. Right? Eric O, speaking of belts, devalue the product and get it for cheap. Yeah. That's what people do. Shady people in business do that. I've met people like that in business. They'll say, oh no, I don't think this is worth no, just to justify why they have to pay low, but they really do value it. They just want it cheap. And they want a big return. You know what I mean? But they want to get it as little as possible. That's just capitalism, man. Salute to Brother B. I knew DAZN was eventually going to take over. The UK fans really support the sport. Yeah, DAZN is definitely, listen, they have upwards of over $6 billion. They have a parent company with deep pockets, Access Industries, and they're global. So they got offices all around the world. And the UK, I think, is where they're headquartered. Don't quote me on that, but DAZN, if I were to guess, they're in the UK. So there's a lot of money, Phil. There's a lot of money in the sport of boxing. Just look at the boxing media alone. We're talking upwards of $5-6 billion at DAZN, and that's a boxing entity. Like, they cover, obviously DAZN covers more than boxing. They cover other sports, but I'm saying, how much of that $6 billion is devoted to boxing? Probably, I'm not saying, but it's going to be a significant amount. Because DAZN is always doing something every week or so, boxing related, even if it's not a major event. They might be doing covering a little fights in Mexico or something with lesser fighters, or you'll see, or they're covering a women's bout. Caroline Dubois just, it was a small venue, but those that are interested in watching women's boxing, that was DAZN, from what I remember. I know MVP was involved, Most Valuable Promotions, as Jake Paul and that other guy, Nikita, over at MVP. That was the promoter, but I know DAZN was covering that. My point is, there's a lot of money globally in the sport of boxing, but it's sort of housed within these corporate houses. It's not really trickling down to the rest of us, or the fighters. Salute to Brother Real Assad in the building. Salute. Good to see you, bro. Eddie doesn't have big stars. No, I mean, he has Boots, but Boots is known in Philly, with all due respect. Boots is known in Philadelphia. So this fight is going to raise his profile. He gets to fight in Barclays, Brooklyn, New York, becoming a unified 154 champion. That's going to cause waves. That's going to be a very important fight to watch. It's significant. So it's a good bout, right? So I would say Boots Ennis is his only star. Yeah, that's about all he has. The rest, and he's not even. Boots Ennis is not like there's a lot of fighters that are more popular than him. So, he's just his profile is just not that high. Erico says Devil Hearn, yeah. Yeah. Well, if it acts like a duck, talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, then it's a duck. If it acts like a devil, talks like a devil, moves like a devil, then it's a devil. Devil Hearn. Yeah. Eddie, right, Jay Vonnie says Eddie plays into America's prejudices. He is a white man. No matter how benevolent he may seem to be or nice or, I'm signing this black fight. He's a white man at the end of the day with white man tendencies or capitalistic tendencies. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, America's prejudice, America operates off of stereotyping black men and black women, stigmatizing us, labeling us negatively. And then that rationalizes in their minds and justifies harsh treatment, exploitative treatment from the authorities, whether they be local or federal or regional. Right? That's what this country is. And it plays out in the sport of boxing, the exploitation, the oppression, which is racism in the sport of boxing. Right? You can't talk about racism in the sport of boxing. It's taboo. So that's why when guys like us get on the mic or we write on the pen and say what we say, we get attacked. Right? But thank God for the U.S. Constitution. First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Bill of Rights. I got the freedom of speech, fam. Any boxing journalist can say what we want. Yeah. Salute to Erico, big time. Yeah. Salute King. Salute to Real Assad. Brother B, I found out, where is it? It just skipped over. Oh, here it is. I found out like a year ago, Matchroom was the biggest promotional company. Yeah, they're the biggest. Yeah. So even more than Queensberry. Wow. Yeah, but Matchroom, yeah. Just off the eye test, they're always doing some fight somewhere around the world. Matchroom is definitely global. They're always doing, like I said, they do minor and major fights. Yeah. How much is Matchroom worth? Let me get to your comments. I'll find out. Facts. He's a devil like the rest of them. Yeah. Elijah Muhammad taught that. Says it. Message to the Black Man in America by Elijah Muhammad. That's a book recommendation, fam, from this channel and from me. Read Message to the Black Man in America by Elijah Muhammad. You can get it on YouTube for free. It's an audio. There's an audio book. So you can just sit in your bed or whatever, sit down, turn it on YouTube. Boom. And just listen to like wisdom. Like that's one of my foundational books right there. Message to the Black Man in America. So he taught that the white man is the devil. This is what Elijah Muhammad taught. And that's why it shook up the world when Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali, these powerhouses in Black America rose on the scene. Minister Louis Farrakhan, these giants of men, that's because they were taught by the master teacher, Elijah Muhammad. And like now that I'm saying this, I'm like, when I get off this live, I'm going to listen to the Message of the Black Man in America. If you want to uplift your spirits, boost your morale, be encouraged for the good fight that we have in front of us, I would suggest you listen to that book. Read it. It's one of those books. Hold on, I fell behind in some of your comments big time. Okay, salute to Brother B. Boots, Bam is on the come up. You can say, I think Ford is about to capture him a title. He got Bivol, he got AJ. Yeah. Yeah, those are some names he's got. He's got Boots, Bam. Yeah, Bam is definitely on the come up. Oh my God. He has Ford. Yeah, he's got a fight against Foster. He's got Bivol. Damn. And AJ. AJ is, yeah, no. So I forgot who said it earlier. No, Matchroom has AJ alone. AJ is big in the UK. I know he ain't big here, but I've never been to the UK. But from what I see, he's clearly a big deal over there. AJ is a big deal in the UK, fam. That cannot be denied. There's no way. Can't deny that. That cannot be denied. There's no way. Salute to Brother B. Not super duper stars other than AJ, and he's fading. Yeah. Yeah, he's on the tail end of his career. Like, he doesn't have, I don't want to age him or limit him, but he's got years. He's got years still. To be fair. He's got some years. It's all mindset. It's a mindset thing. I mean, look at LeBron James. Although it's a different kind, maybe that's not a good analogy, but LeBron James is still flying through there at 41. It's crazy. Bounce back 22 says rank these 4 weight divisions from first to last at the moment. Damn. Right now, I would say number 1 is 147. That's what I'm most excited about. It's the Glory division. Devin Haney's there, and he is a man on a mission of fighting the best in the world. And it's a great division in boxing. It's a money division. And as you saw with what he did against Brian Norman Jr., it's a statement division. You know what I'm saying? That's a division where you can make a mark in the sport, in the boxing world. It took 147 for Devin to really show out because he was fighting drained, fam. Devin was fighting drained at 135, even 140, even 144 against Jose Ramirez. He was definitely drained against Jose, even though it was a catch weight. Let me see. Hold on. Make sure I share this. Yeah, I got it there. Yeah, Devin Haney was definitely drained, even at 144. So I like 147, Dev. I don't think he needs to move up to 154 right now. But if the opportunity presents itself where Dev can fight the winner of Xander versus Boots, then he should do it. Yep, he should do it. So yeah, 147. I like 154 because you got Fundora. He's a phenom. He is 154, and then like I said, you got a significant bout with Xander versus Boots. So yeah, 147, 154. That's a hot division too, and potentially even more hot. And then, fam, I gotta go 140 and then 135. 140 because Shakur Stevenson is there, and he's a great fighter, a pound for pound fighter. So we're always going to be talking about Shakur Stevenson in the sport of boxing, always. And Devin Haney, but he's at 140. So yeah, and then 135. Yeah, you got the young king Abdullah Mason. But he still has a lot. He's a world champ, youngest ever, I think. Right, he's the youngest champ right now. But he's got so much even more to go. Unified, undisputed. Like Abdullah Mason is the future of boxing. We need more young boxers with his demeanor and his drive. You know, he's a good ambassador for the sport. So yeah, so I hope I answered that. I gave you an answer. I ranked the divisions for me and what I look for. Those are the divisions that I mostly watch too. So it's an interesting question because those are the divisions that I predominantly watch, you know, that sweet spot right there, 135 up to 154. Great divisions. And hold up, 130, 5 is a glory division. So Dev completed undisputed at 135 at a glory division, and he's campaigning at another glory division. Yeah, this guy, and he's a 3 division champ. Yeah, so it's crazy work. I wish more fighters move like that, you know. Salute to brother B. Facts, he's a devil like the rest of them. Yeah, Elijah Muhammad said. Damn, I need to pull it up, but he said, I think he said the white race is a race of devils. And he said the white man is the devil. Yeah, he was unafraid to say that, fam. And these are his teachings, you know. This is part of American history. This is part of Black American history. It's part of American history, right? Don't let anybody censor you. Don't ever conceal your views for the benefit of people that don't give a damn about you. These bastards. Like, no, don't ever let the bastards grind you down, fam. You know? And they try to do that to our Black fighters. You know, you need to have some serious mental fortitude as a Black fighter to deal with these like oppressive forces of racism and capitalism in the sport of boxing, right? Case in point, we have one on the screen. We have a case in point on the screen. It's Eddie Hearn. Salute to brother B. Taboo, but literally drenched in racism. I just said that the whole sport, yeah. Yeah, you got to be strong. Absolutely, Erico. You got to be strong, man. In this world, you got to be strong mentally. Salute to brother B. 140 is stacked, but they all scary divas. Nobody fighting. Yeah. Notice I didn't even say a lot about 140. I just mentioned Shakur. And well, hold on. Keyshawn Davis fights at 140, but they don't fight each other. Keyshawn Davis is a significant player, or is a potentially one, but he's playing around. Out of the ring antics. Yeah. Bounce Back says Matchroom is worth 1.5 billion. Jeez. Look at that. The minute you talk billions, even if it's 1 billion, or in this case 1.5, we're talking, you know, at that point you can do anything you want as a company or an individual. Like a net worth of $1 billion, fam, you can do anything you want. Look what Bounce Back says. Matchroom has an event tonight. They put on, that's what I'm saying. I've seen Matchroom, I've seen Eddie Hearn all over the world. One minute he's in Mexico, the next minute he's here, next minute he's back in the UK. Eddie Hearn's all over the place. You know, they got the money. I'm pretty sure he has a jet. I'm pretty sure he's got his own jet. I mean, a guy that travels that much cannot fly commercially. There's no way. There's no way Eddie Hearn flies commercially. Because I've seen this guy all over the place every week. You know what I'm saying? So they got an event tonight. I didn't even know who's fighting. Salute to brother B. Also heard Riyadh was buying DAZN. Oh my God. That's wild work, fam. Hold up. Did I hear that? I'm not sure if I heard that. Damn, Riyadh is buying DAZN. Yeah, Riyadh, the Saudis, man. The Saudis, bro, it's crazy, man. Crazy money they got. But this is like, we are living in the Saudi age of boxing. The Saudis are, we cannot say that they're not, nah, they're new on the scene, but boy, they really came with an impact, fam. Salute to brother B. They're the biggest because they have DAZN, like you said. Heard Turkey was purchasing Matchroom. Wow, it's a takeover. It's a straight up takeover. Erico says I heard that too. Wow. Yeah, it's a straight up takeover. And don't tell me that Turkey's not involved with the Zuffa boxing. There's no way he's not involved in that. I know we see Dana White, but Turkey's involved with Zuffa boxing. Come on. I think I saw Canelo. Wasn't Canelo on stage one time with the Zuffa belt when he was going to fight Skull, William Skull? I remember, and there was some controversy because Canelo had the other belts, the WBC and the other ones, and he looked back at Turkey, and Turkey was like nodding his head like in disapproval, like, no, don't display the other belts, just hold the Zuffa belt. I think he was holding the Zuffa. I gotta dig it up, man. Yeah, but it was crazy. Like, yeah, Turkey's buying Zuffa boxing. Salute to brother Jay Vonnie. Dev connected to that kind of paper. Bro, there's a picture with Dev in, it looks like Riyadh, just chilling with Turkey and them. Man, I'm gonna try to find that photo where Turkey's with Devin Haney with Turkey Al-Sheikh, boxing. There's a dope photo, and that's how, see what you just said, Jay Vonnie? This picture encapsulated that this dude is connected to that paper. Like directly connected to it. I can't find the photo. I remember I posted it a long time ago. Well, that's another photo, yeah. Oh, this is the first time you met him. Yeah, that's not the photo I was thinking of. Let me go over here. Let me see if I can share this with y'all. Oh, okay. It's good enough. But it's not the photo I was thinking about. But it's good enough. I should repost that. Share this tab. Okay, you guys should see that on your screen. Hold up one sec. Okay, there you go. Yeah, right there. So this is Turkey. It says 51 weeks ago. Yeah, this is Instagram. But this is not the photo I was thinking about, but that's Turkey with Dev. Right there. So Jay Vonnie, see what you just said? Dev connected to that kind of paper. Do we need any more proof that Dev is like directly connected to the plug, if you will? That he probably has Turkey's cell phone number, and Turkey has Devin's cell phone number, and Turkey has Bill's cell phone number as well. I mean, this photo pretty much tells you that. It was great to meet with Devin Haney ahead of his bout at Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Times Square, fire emoji, wishing him all the best on fight night. Right, and that's the background looks like they're probably in Turkey's penthouse or something in New York, or his hotel room. So if you need any more proof, bro, yeah, you're absolutely right. He's connected. There was another photo though, but I think that photo proves it right there. Y'all can hear me? I just got something popped up that said my audio. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, fam. Something popped up on my screen that said something was wrong with my audio. I know you guys aren't. Hold on, let me see if I'm connected. Yeah, it seems like I am. Okay. Let me play this. Good. Okay. Erico, we can hear you clear. Okay, cool. Something had popped up. B, it says Turkey is involved with Zuffa, definitely, along with Rakan Al-Harthi, the mysterious owner of Sele. He's the guy Bill always refers to as Dr. Rakan. Oh, yeah. Big power player. Yeah, I remember that name. I wonder if it was that dude who was ringside at Devin's. I watched Devin's fight against Brian Norman last night. Sometimes I just turn on that fight. I had the audio off, and I just listened. I was just listening to music. Like I was just in one of those moods. I just listened to music and I just turned on that Devin fight against Brian Norman Jr. and just turned off the audio and I just had my music playing. I was just watching boxing as if it's like a movie. You know, that's how sometimes I treat boxing like a movie, you know. I was just watching it. And there's a guy in the front and his wife is there and they had pulled out their phones. I remember, especially when Devin knocked down Brian Norman Jr. That might be Dr. Rakan. He looked important to me. And if you're sitting ringside, you're an important person in boxing. Or maybe he wasn't there at all because like Brother B saying, oh, okay, he's the Saudi guy with the glasses. He attended a few events, I believe. Okay, I did remember a guy. Yeah. Dr. Rakan Al-Harthi Academy. Rakan Al-Harthi. Oh, this dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that dude. Yeah. That's I'm trying to find a good image. Oh, okay, this is one right here. Forbes list. What the hell? See, fam, this is the side of boxing. This is the business side, fam. Let me share this tab. Yeah, this is the other side of boxing. It's like, don't tell me there's not no money in the boxing, but it's all at the top. You see that right there, fam? Screenshot that. Okay, let me scroll up. The Middle East. This is Forbes, the Middle East, right? Forbes list. Top 100 travel and tourism leaders, 2025. Okay. Right there. Brother B. Brother B said it. He's the Saudi guy with the glasses. I've seen this guy. Yeah, I've seen this guy. And sometimes he's not wearing that. He's just wearing a suit. Yeah. Yeah, B. Yeah. Rakan Al-Harthi company, Sele. I've seen that all. Yeah, the Sele. Designation, he's the founder and managing director and CEO. Okay. He's a CEO. Nationality, Saudi. Residence, Saudi Arabia. Category, destinations and experiences. Founded in 1997 by Al-Harthi, Sele specializes in creating and managing events and experiences in sectors such as entertainment, sports, and culture. The company launched its international headquarters in London. This is where a lot of business and money takes place. London's a major city in the world. In March 2025, to scale its Middle East expertise in sports and entertainment to a global market. In the same month, the company announced a multi-year partnership with Turkey Al-Sheikh. Multi-year and TKO Group. Okay, holding. TKO Group is the marketing. Isn't that the same people connected with UFC and WWE and Dana White? Isn't that like their marketing arm or something? TKO Group holding to launch a boxing promotion to develop talent and deliver major global events. Al-Harthi also serves on the board of the Events Investment Fund, EIF. Yeah. So this guy, I'm not seeing anything about his net worth, but he's in the Forbes magazine. Yeah. You could assume safely that he is a billionaire if he's in Forbes. Wasn't Canelo on Forbes too before? He's not a billionaire though, but Canelo's close to that. Put that back on the screen. Who knows what Canelo's net worth is? Canelo got a lot of money from Turkey, man, to fight Bud. Salute to Brother Devo. What's up, Stephen X? Salute Brother Devo in the house. 10 toes down. Thank you, bro. Good to see you, man. We've been cooking here. We're just cooking. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch returns. Oscar wasting time. Shakur and Hitchins not next. Just to catch folks up with the topic. But salute. Yeah, salute to you, bro. Oh, we got the Snoopy Mac is in the house. Dream Team. Mr. Dream Team. Devin Haney over everybody. Snoopy Mac is in the house. Good to see you, good bro. Wow, I love when Snoopy Mac comes. He brings that energy. All of you bring that energy. All the kings, all the queens. Yeah, good brother. Salute. Yeah, salute to you, brother Snoopy Mac. Salute to you, guys. Thank you for being here on this Saturday. Let me just do a time check. Okay, cool. Salute to brother B. You know they've been involved in boxing a while. Sadly, yeah, they have. Yep, always see their signs, and they were promoting a lot of foreign fighters in women's boxing. Okay, I learned about them watching this Eastern European guy like Shohajan Ergashev. Oh, Ergashev. Yeah, I've heard of Ergashev. Yeah, well, see, that's a good mark. That's a good thing. They made their mark with the foreign fighters in women's boxing. You see, you got to make your mark somewhere. Okay, so you got to make your mark somewhere as a business. So that was a good play by them. You know, they made their money, made their mark, their credibility as boxing, in covering boxing or putting on boxing events, I should say. Brother B says, lastly, giving my take on the rematch. Oscar saying summer, which tells me Ryan is juicing ready. I was going to say that. You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to get to that. Yeah, B. Yeah, that's exactly why he wants it for summer and not September. Because we all know, fam, that the talk was September 5th at Allegiant. Now all of a sudden you're saying summer and polling your fans. Come on, Oscar. You're very transparent. We see what your play is. You know in the back of your mind or the front of your mind that Ryan is juiced up and that he has a good chance. In your mind, you think, oh, he can beat Devin because he's still juiced. Look how wonderful he looked against Mario Barrios. He got to be juiced, you know. Disgraceful, shameful. April 20th, 2024, Barclays Center was a stain on the sport of boxing. Straight up, fam. Salute to brother Bounce Back. I just read that Riyadh made $13 billion between 2024 and 25 through tourism dollars. They took a loss by spending in boxing to make a profit in their city. I believe that. I believe they took a loss. They were giving out very big paydays in the boxing. Yeah, but they don't make their money there. They make their money. I'm just reading what you're saying. They make their money through tourism for sure. Like Riyadh, it's like this area of the world is they have all these luxury buildings and, you know, sort of like a luxury living in the desert. You know what I'm saying? So people from America travel to these places. Yes, people in America actually go to Saudi. They go to Saudi Arabia. Not everybody's afraid of that part of the world. You know what I mean? And I've seen the wealth out there, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Salute to Eric O. I forgot what it's called. Oh, Eric O. Yeah, they got a whole program to boost their country. Yeah. Yeah, because Turkey's on the board of some entertainments. It's for they're trying to revamp their whole image to the world, you know. Remember, they put on this live golf contest, LIV. Donald Trump was somehow attached to it. I think Donald Trump is corrupt. So he took money from the Saudis, and then they were holding live golf tournaments on his personal property. I think Mar-a-Lago down in Florida. Very corrupt president we have here in this country. Very corrupt. The most corrupt. Salute to brother Devo. Bounce back. They were never going to make a profit. Oh, yeah, 9-figure paydays. Yeah, sorry. Let me get out your business. But yeah, you're talking truth, Devo. Yeah, you're talking truth. B move. Sorry, B. To say the least, they are not just involved in boxing. No. Boxing's just one thing. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they got more going on for sure, B. You don't think what is true? Sorry, I lost track. I heard that, but I don't think it's true. That's the brother B. Let me see what else y'all are saying. And we'll get back to salute to brother Naquan, Dev versus Mr. Popo. My SpongeBob voice, I need it. Yeah, it's a good fight. Make it happen. I have no bones about it at all. And Richardson Hitchins is a good fighter. And if Devin can't fight great fighters, he at least wants to fight good fighters. You know what I mean? He wants to fight great fighters. But if he can't get a great fighter, Devin Haney will fight a good fighter. So, Brother B says too close, not enough time. Yeah. I almost want to say do the rematch next year. I'm very tempted to say, Dev, make it next year or don't make it happen at all. Because like this year too, like this dude, the summer is not enough time. It's already we're approaching May. You know. Yeah. So I thought September 5th was the date, fam. I don't understand these people, man. These people are Laquan says them Saudis offer Messi over $1 billion. They're looking to make Saudi the sports mecca of the world. Yes. Did you see the setup they had? Did you see the little mini Times Square they built for the Devin Haney? Well, it was really the main card was Benavidez versus Anthony Yard, but the card with Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. I remember the pressers where they did the pressers. They made like a little mini Times Square. Anyone that's been in New York knows Times Square. Like, this is the kind of stuff they're building out there. You know, they want to make it. What they're doing is they're appealing to Europe and America to say, come here, come spend your money here. And they're trying to put on global sporting events to attract those dollars and to revamp their image. So absolutely. Yeah. Bounce Back says they paid Tom Brady $75 million for a flag football game. I saw something with that. Yeah, I saw Turkey with. That's crazy, bro. 75 mil, eh? That's why I always see Bud around Tom Brady too and Turkey. Yeah, these are the connections, bro. Yeah, Snoopy Mac. I think they're trying to make Saudi like Vegas. Yeah. The Vegas, and yeah, they're trying to outdo Vegas. They're trying to outdo it. Yeah, who knows? They got a lot of money, fam. Salute to brother Noah Randall in the building. Racist Ryan Garcia is pump faking. And yeah, is he on Twitter right now? But if you're speaking in general, yeah. And Oscar De La Hoya. That's why I said Oscar in the title. Oscar's wasting time. Absolutely. Salute to you, brother Noah. Thank you for being here. Noah Randall. B says, yep, was paying Dave Chappelle and a few other big names. They were involved in comedy too. They're just not involved in boxing. Yeah. They're involved in film. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. I've been seeing that on Twitter. They do these film festivals or something too. They're involved in film big as well. They made a big studio to be there. Hollywood called Jack Studios. Okay. I'll see if I can find their Twitter account. Yeah, but I see Turkey. They're involved in so much stuff, man. Saudi. Hey, I ain't complaining. I know they care enough about boxing. Hold on, fam. Yeah, they care enough about boxing to put the money behind it. So, absolutely, fam. Okay, let's get back to it. Yeah, that's in reference to Zuffa. Devin has an expensive purse. He's a prize fighter. What can I say? And like I said, after that Ryan Garcia payday, there's a certain level of pay that Devin has to get. And he was willing to take lesser pay against Rolly because he understood the assignment. The assignment was get Rolly's belt. So he was going to take lesser pay for that. He wasn't expecting a Ryan. You think Devin Haney was expecting the same payday he got fighting Ryan Garcia against Rolly? No. But PBC, Rolly's people were playing games. They changed the venue from Barclays to MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Right? So now we go from New York State Athletic Commission. Now we're under Nevada. Red flag number one. They changed the venue, and then they took the guarantee off. There was guarantee before, and they took it off. So I remember brother BFTB Boxing broke that. How they took the guarantee off, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of shenanigans. Hold on. Brother Devo's in the house. He says, yo, Eddie is getting annoying. He's lucky Devin won't confront him for keeping his name and business in his damn mouth. Yeah. Devin is a businessman, so he's going to exercise some self-control. But he also does speak his mind, too, and you'll see it on Twitter. Or say it. He said that Ariel Helwani interview he did about Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn was salty after Devin dispatched with Brian Norman Jr. You know what I'm saying? And Eddie Hearn had a lot to say. Conor Benn had a lot to say about Devin's performance. And Devin basically said, this guy, he's basically saying what you're saying, Devo. This guy's always talking about me. He's just mad that I didn't sign with him. Something to that effect. So, yeah, this is the kind of stuff. These are the X's and O's of boxing outside of the ring. And it affects what happens out here outside the ring, affects what happens inside the ring. It's connected. And it's the reason why we don't see the fights we want to see. Because of the way people do business and business models and incentive structures. And there might be perverse incentive structures, not for the best to fight the best. It might be just money fights. People just want popularity contest fights. That's what the whole Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn thing. That's a popularity contest. People think it's just going to make a lot of money because you got two eccentric bad boys clashing together in the ring. Both tatted up bad boys. It's crazy to call these guys bad boys. Both of them are really like, and it's just not a knock on anyone like this. But they're silver spooned, right? Like you're not from the streets, nothing like that. Okay, maybe you experienced growing up some being broke. I don't even want to say poverty, but struggling as a family unit or as an individual. But you can't say that today. Y'all are multimillionaires. So that's the past. Like y'all are multimillionaires, and your upbringing, it doesn't match with the tough guy personas that Conor Benn and Ryan Garcia project. You know, so we know this is just a persona. It's an act, right? That's all we like. These guys are actors, bro. Naquan says, I think it has a family in Saudi worth close to $2 trillion. From that kind of cheese will never get old. Yeah, they got crazy money out there. I heard something about a certain person, I don't want to say the name, becoming a trillionaire soon. I think you can guess who that might be in this country. I don't want to say their name. Salute to brother Naquan. Saudi's got that black gold money. Yeah, they certainly do. It seems almost infinite amounts of money out there. Let me see here. Salute to brother Bounce Back. Where do you think Jermall Charlo ranks in the 154 division when he returns? He is Jermell Charlo, nobody beat Jermell Charlo. So he returns, at least informally, as the number one guy to beat, even if it's not reflected in the rankings. Nobody beat him. Canelo beat him, but no one beat him at 154. In terms of none of the contenders at 154, like they all have to see him, or he has to go see them. I don't know, whichever one you say, but he's still a guy at that division. Absolutely. And that'll be exciting if he returns. Though I always see him drunk. Salute to Brother B. Anybody who is not PBC, PBC does dirty. They have a lot of in-house fights to keep that money circulating. It's like a house league. But everyone who isn't PBC, they trash bag them. Dev not going for that. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, don't let them do that to you, Dev. Yeah, this is the way PBC chooses to do business, then F them. You don't need that. You don't need that aggravation and that grief, And like I said, it's not worth it. It's Devin wanted to fight Rolly Romero because he knew the significance of getting that belt. But you can't pay the guy pennies, man. The guy's a prize fighter, man. He's got to pay his people. And y'all wanted him to come up with his half to pay himself. You didn't have the money to offer it when you guys are the ones that are offering the fight. How does that make any sense? You're offering the fight. You're supposed to have the money to pay me. Not tell me, go get your money somewhere else. That we'll pay you, but we'll pay you through somebody else. But you have to go do the work and get that money. Does that make any sense? What kind of business offer is that? That's a terrible offer. Salute to Devo, exactly. Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense. I'll be like, bro, you're supposed to pay me. That's what I would say. I mean, hold up, you're supposed to give me my money to fight your guy. What do you mean I have to go sell it to a network to get it? Like, it doesn't make it. Yeah, Brother Devo, I've never heard of that. That's like real I don't want to say scamming, but it's like hustling in the negative sense, bro. Like you're trying to hustle me. You are supposed to put up the money to pay me. You want me to fight your fighter. I'm the talent. You're supposed to pay the talent. I'm the talent. Your guy's the talent too. Pay both of us. Give me my money. I don't care what you do with him. Just pay me my money. You want me to basically like what did Rolly say? Oh, go bet on yourself. Rolly, you've never bet on yourself. Why does Devin Haney have to go do the work when you guys are the ones that are offering the fight? You're sending the contract. You're supposed to pay me. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Devo, they put up the damn money. Yeah. Make it make sense. It doesn't, fam. Salute to Brother B. Exactly. You pay me from your network, which is Amazon. Yeah, exactly. Which is where the money is coming from. Right. Amazon's got mad paper. Devin don't got to put up shit. Thank you. If Devin's putting up any money, he's choosing to put up his money for whatever, for his people or whatever it is. But for this event to transpire, right? For this event to transpire, you guys have a pot of gold at Amazon. Amazon funds y'all. Amazon pays you. Pay me the money you get from Amazon. And I know Amazon's giving you a big pot of money. I don't know if you have access to it, but you can request it from them. That's your network. Brother B says PBC is not even putting up shit. Exactly. But yet they're saying, Devin, DHP doesn't want to bet on themselves. You guys don't even bet on yourselves as a company, as a record staff and label. You guys don't even bet on yourself or your fighters. You don't believe it. Like, what is this? And I can say other things, but that's why, PBC pressers sort of look the way they look. And, they don't put up money for that kind of stuff. It's very simple, It's not like the ring card pressers, for instance. There's certain, if you're observant, you can see the differences. When Turkey and then and the Saudis put on a press conference, and then go look at the PBC. Y'all, look at the Lamont Roach, and I never watched the full thing because I wasn't interested. The Lamont Roach, Tank Davis, Lamont Roach press conference. I heard it was at Howard University, and they got some comedian or something, I think from BET or something. I mean, it was, yeah, Erica was very low budget. You know, they don't put up money. They don't even put up money for the presser. Look at the DAZN pressers, fam. Look at ring pressers. Usually it's one and the same. You can see the difference, man. PBC, and you're not going to do that with Devin, you know. Salute to Brother Devo. How one champion get a guarantee, but the other guy bet on himself. Man, bro, what kind of scamming business is this, man? I'm at a loss for words. I really am. I'm at a loss for words of how people can do business like that. It's crazy. Sorry, I missed a comment. Where's your comments? Oh, here we go. Naquan, salute to Brother Naquan. PBC fighters going from big fights to street lights. Yeah, they better do something, man. And then look what they're doing to Errol Spence. Errol Spence got to go fight in Australia in July. Like, that's crazy, fam. Crazy work, fam. Salute to Brother B. It's funny because Amazon is flush with money, but still spoon feeding PBC, and I don't blame them. Fundura versus them and did what, like 16,000 pay-per-views? Yeah. Yeah, bro. I'm pretty sure it's around there, probably lower. That's wild work, fam. Yeah, that's not gonna sell. I mean, you know, before it even happens, that's not gonna sell. Fundura, although that's their man. Like, who else does PBC have to ride with right now? It's Fundura. I'm trying to think of other fighters they got. Fundura is the best they got in terms of name. I mean, they got Errol Spence, but look how they're treating him. Let me see here. Did I miss that comment? Oh, salute to Brother Devo. I keep saying it's a unification fight. He's bringing the title. Why does he got to put up money? Yeah, it's a unification belt. Like, I'm bringing a belt over here. Your fighter has an opportunity to get a belt from me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the whole thing doesn't make any sense, fam. Salute to Brother B. It's funny because Amazon is flush with money, but still. Oh, yeah, I read that. Right here. Salute to Brother B. They have yet to have a big successful fight since the deal, I believe. So what the fuck? Ain't they that prideful? You motherfuckers need Devin. Yeah. Yeah, no big fight. Okay, Tank and Roach was not under Amazon. Or was it? No, it was. But that's not no big fight. That's not a big fight. I think it was under Amazon. That's not a big fight, though. Just because it's Tank Davis, no. Lamont Roach was, no. Yeah, you're right, bro. Yeah, they need Devin, but don't want to admit it. Salute to Snoopy Mac in the building. I think they got at Devin like that because they know Turkey would get involved and put up money for Devin. They know how Turkey doesn't like to see Devin taken advantage of. Astute point, Snoopy Mac. Yeah, that's an astute point. Yeah, they don't want to see Dev taking advantage. Yeah, they know, like, Turkey doesn't like to see Dev taken advantage of. Amen. Yeah, Turkey protects Devin in some regards. Especially with the drug testing and stuff. You're not going to fight Devin Haney and not get drug tested on a Turkey card. He won't allow that. It'll be VADA testing too. Turkey wants what Devin Haney wants. Let's just put it that way. Salute to Brother B. They hated DAZN going to end up saving them. Yeah. They're going to need the help. They're going to need help soon. PBC doesn't have money like that, and Amazon is spoon feeding them. You know, they probably don't fully trust them. They're like, look at your events. You haven't done anything major yet, you know? Devin Haney would be a major thing over at PBC fighting Rolly. It would help their company, you know? Brother Devo says, I feel like they did that same BS with Shakur Stevenson. Laugh out loud. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of these fighters have stories at PBC. Yeah, Devo, when Tank sent an offer. Yeah. Yeah, we all know that story. Salute to Brother B. They're going to try to go to Paramount or some shit. Shaking my head. Yeah, they're going to have to find a new what's the word? Sugar daddy or something. Like they're going to find somebody, new sponsor. They need someone to finance them, or sugar mama, whatever term you want to use. Brother B says Turkey been trying to seduce Al Heyman and PBC, if y'all haven't noticed. Yeah. Turkey's big prize is to sign Tank Davis. That's Turkey's big, if he can, big fish. If he can sign Tank Davis, but with the purpose of fighting Devin Haney and or Shakur Stevenson. I'm telling you, that's what Turkey wants with Tank. Fight Devin and or Shakur Stevenson. So he's going to do whatever he's got to do to seduce Al Heyman and PBC. Yeah, fam. Yeah, it said it right there. Zuffa Boxing will pay him, what do you say? Well over the odds? I think that's what he just said. Well over the odds. Let me rewind that. Rewind. Yeah, so he said they'll pay him, meaning Zuffa Boxing, Dana White, they'll pay Devin Haney well over the odds. All right, let's continue. And I won't. Yeah, so he made a lot of money fighting Ryan. And Eddie Hearn, yeah, Eddie Hearn doesn't mean it. Like he would put up the money for the fight to make Stoopy Mac and Bill House. Stoopy Mac says if Charlo really wants to fight, he needs to get a Turkey or go to Zuffa. He still has a big name, so he'll get good money. Yes, he does. You're right. Everything you're saying is true there, Snoop. And I say the same thing with Arrow. I don't know why Arrow, maybe he has, because there's a picture of him and Turkey meeting each other. Turkey would be good behind Arrow. I forgot what fight he was at. It was probably down there in Texas, but it was a picture of Turkey and EJ together. Yeah. Because what Snoopy Mac's saying, he's saying, if you read between the lines, if Charlo stays over at PBC, his career is done. They don't got no money, man. They have money, but they're not willing to spend the money like that. They're worried about Fundora. Fundora is the guy. That's their guy right now. So everybody else, they're sort of kicking to the side, to the curb. Look at I say it again. Spence is fighting Australia against Tim Tszyu. That should tell you right there. So why don't you put up the money right now? You hear Oscar De La Hoya entertaining it. Right after Ryan Garcia beat Mario Barros, Oscar changed tune, is entertaining a rematch. You say you'll put up the money for it. Why hasn't Eddie Hearn put up the money for the rematch? He's saying right here that he would. Why are we still talking about this rematch and nothing's moving on it? No needle is moving on this thing. Like, what's really good, fam? Snoopy Max says PBC is not trying to spend any money on brothers, so they should leave and get with Turkey. Great point. Great point. Yeah. Just get with Turkey, man, and get paid what you're supposed to be paid. You know, like, what loyalty? They're not loyal to the black fighters over there. And you can just be, even as an outsider, you can see that, fam. They prioritize, I forgot what card it was, but it was like all Hispanic fighters. It was like very little brothers actually fighting. One of the recent cards. I couldn't believe it. Even they got Benavidez versus Zurdo coming up. And I think that's the flyer I saw. There ain't a lot of brothers on that card. They've been doing that as of late for a while now. You don't see a lot of, Black American fighters on their cards anymore over there at PBC. So there's a certain way they're trying to take the company. So, Charlo, EJ, y'all got to make adjustments, So this goes to the mythology that Ryan Garcia sells and that Devin Haney doesn't sell. Yet Ryan is the one that needs Tank and Devin to sell. Ryan wasn't pay-per-view before he fought Tank. Ryan's biggest moments in boxing are when he fought Tank Davis initially and when he fought and cheated Devin Haney. These are the biggest things in boxing. And it's really Ryan Garcia, getting back to the topic at hand. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch returns. It's really Ryan Garcia. He blew up after cheating Devin. That's what made him blow up. Think about that one. His biggest moment in boxing is him cheating Devin Haney. That's it. That's a ceiling. You want to talk about ceilings, Eddie Hearn? Talk about Ryan Garcia's ceiling. In the ceiling of his career growth, he tainted his quote-unquote legacy to cheat Devin Haney. Right? So he calculated that was more important than my legacy in the sport of boxing. Something I've been doing since I was a child. Now I'm known as a drug cheat, but he calculated, okay, I'm going to do that just to beat Devin. You have a title shot at 140, you throw it away and blow the weight. The whole thing is just, he's a cancer to the sport of boxing, fam. That's what I'm trying to say. Ryan Garcia is a cancer to the sport of boxing. Salute to Brother B. PBC so desperate they're letting Spence go to Australia to fight Tszyu. I'm in Dallas. If they fought at the Cowboy Stadium, that shit would do numbers. People want to see his return. Trust me. Yeah, I believe you. You're in Texas. I've never been to Texas, but I've seen the gates that Spence has done. And he sells. Errol Spence would absolutely sell out Cowboy Stadium against anybody because it would be a big return fight. You know what I'm saying? So people want to see him against anybody after, Bud destroyed him. You know what I mean? But people want to see how he looks after that. So there's a storyline. Yep. But look what PBC is doing. They're sending him off to Australia. It's almost like they're sending him off to a prison camp or something. Speaking of Australia, wasn't Australia like a prison colony? Hold on, let me see. Sorry, little detour. Australia prison colony. Little history, you know. Yeah, between 1788 and 1868, Britain transported over 160,000 convicts to Australian penal colonies, primarily New South Wales, Norfolk Island, and Van Diemen's Land, Tasmania. Established to relieve overcrowded British prisons after losing American colonies, these sites forced convicts into hard labor, constructing infrastructure such as roads, bridges, and buildings. Yeah. Yeah, Australia was a prison colony. It's crazy. Salute to Brother Erico. They moved heaven and earth to get Ryan a belt. Yes, they did. I call it the grand conspiracy. There was a grand conspiracy to make Ryan Garcia the new WBC 147 paper tiger champion. I call him a paper tiger. Ryan Garcia is a paper tiger champion. Boy, they moved heaven and earth. This man cheated, got suspended for the cheating, no contest, loses his next fight in bad form against Rolly Romero and gets a title shot, and looks drugged up in the bout. And there's a lack of transparency in the drug testing from both opponents. Crazy work, fam, in the sport of boxing. This is why I have to consistently say boxing is a quasi. It hurts me to say this because I'm part of the sport of boxing, but it's a quasi-legitimate sport, fam. Until these shenanigans are eliminated, it's quasi-legitimate. Look what happened in the UK recently with Chisora versus Wilder. All the antics and cheating that was going on. Oh my God, fam. Corner men holding up the fighter when he gets knocked out the ring, not allowed. Trainers jumping in the ring, not allowed. It's supposed to be a DQ. Knockdowns being counted as knockdowns that are not really knockdowns. Crazy work, fam. Salute to Ob Jones in the building. Salute, bro. Salute, good brother. We're here talking some boxing. We've been cooking. Trying to be consistent for the fam. We're talking Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch returns. Oscar wasting time. Shakur and Hitchins not next, fam. Salute to Brother Devo. Isn't Spence the A side? What was the flyer? Let me pull up the flyer again. I gotta look at the flyer, fam. I want to say he is. How could they not put him A side? Oh, here it is, fam. Let me pull it up. Y'all should see that on your screen. Yeah, Spence is A side. It's right there. Spence versus Tszyu. So yeah, he's A side. His name alone that tells you how big he is. He's been out for over 3 years. Tzયુ's been active. He's still not A side, and it's in Australia. And Spence, that means more likely than not, Spence comes out last since he's A side, right? So yeah, it tells you he's still a big player. Salute to Brother Devo. Why he gotta go to Australia if Tszyu don't have a title? I'm thinking that's just a business thing, because Tszyu has sort of like a plugged-in audience. He's got a little following out there. I'm just thinking, aloud. Salute to Brother Devo. That's weird, especially if Tszyu lost twice his last 4 fights. Yeah, he lost against those of Fundora. He got destroyed. Yeah, but they still, like I said, if he sells tickets, fam, they're gonna keep him. He sells tickets out there. So because of that fact, I can see why they're doing it, but they can make way more. Like Brother B said, like you can sell a Cowboy Stadium though. with Spence. Because Spence could return and fight anybody. Right. And it's a Texas thing, really, because you got to really live in Texas. I've never even been to Texas, but I feel like it's a Texas thing. Texas alone will show out for that. Nobody else is needed. You don't have to come from out of state. Just watch it at home on TV. Like, I have this impression that Texas alone, I'm not from Texas. I've never even visited Texas. I've traveled, but I've never visited Texas yet. But I have this feeling that they'll just show up alone and fill up that stadium. Salute to Brother B. Heard they given Spence like $2 million. Okay, so he gets a $2 million payday in his return. Not anywhere close to what he made against Bud, but salute to Brother B. You can get away with a lot in boxing, from the boxer to the bowler to the sanctioning bodies. Yeah, that Muhammad Ali Act, right here, Snoopy Mac. Yeah. If they want to modify the Ali Act, they need to say anyone that gets caught on PEDs automatically 4-year suspension. Yeah, I like that a lot. And all fighters should be tested year round. I like that too. The money for sanctioning fees, pay it. Yep. All good recommendations that would help in terms of the welfare of the fighter. Yeah, we got to look out for the fighter. No PEDs in boxing, 0 tolerance. And there should be heavy penalties for that. 4 years. Yeah, fighters will think twice. Man, I lose 4 years of my career and I get heavily sanctioned. Fines. Yeah. That would make a big difference. In the UK, it's 2 years standard usually, which is significant. Ryan Garcia should have been suspended for at least 2 years. That 1 year that wasn't a suspension. 2 years I would have been happy with 2 years. A year is not enough. These fighters fight 1 to 2 times a year. I would have been more happy with 3 years, fam, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, I would have been really happy and satisfied with a 3-year Ryan Garcia suspension. So I'm not happy with 1 year. And he had to forfeit $1.1 million back to Golden Boy. Like, Golden Boy, how do we know Oscar didn't just write you a check with that money? Like, I've always said that. Like, where's the money? Like, does Oscar have the money or did he return it? How come boxing journalists don't ask these questions when they're at these pressers? I guess they don't want to lose their credentials, so you got to play it's like they pull your credential or you won't get a credential the next time. If you ask questions like that to Oscar in his face, you're not a presser. And I'm not knocking any boxing journalists. I get it. Y'all are in the room, so salute to Brother B. They punish a fighter for losing, but not for cheating. Yep. Yeah, Erico. Yeah. Crazy work, because there's a perverse incentive structure in the sport of boxing, fam. The Ryan Garcia incentive structure was, you got to understand, he's more lucrative with cheating Devin Haney than if he just lost to Devin Haney. Obviously, if he lost to Devin Haney, market value goes all the way down. But for him to cheat, his market value should go down in a normal world. But this is not a normal world. So his market value went up. These are actual facts, because look at Erico says right here. Motherfuckers are getting title shots off L's nowadays. The reason Ryan Garcia, it's directly related to the fact that in the public's eye, the boxing public's eye, he's still perceived as the winner of that fight because of the so-called quote-unquote dramatic knockdowns. Hence why DAZN, I said it earlier, on 420, they put out that image of Devin on the canvas on his back and Ryan standing. This is all imagery. It's all propaganda. Yeah, but that's racial. Yes. Yep. It's racially motivated. Dare I say, DAZN Boxing is a racist media corporation. You know what I'm saying? They don't care that this is a no contest. Yeah. Boom, Javani, a business. They care about that right there. Dollars. They just care about dollars. And Ryan Garcia to them is a marketing. He's a marketing thing. They need him for marketing. Promotion and marketing of him, his fights. They think he sells. His image, his social media following, numbers. That's what corporations look at. Corporations care about social media numbers. How much followers you have? Yeah. Trust me. Whether it's in the music business or sports, in this case, or actors, like if you're involved with corporations and they're trying to sell your image and stuff, they want to know what your numbers are. How many followers do you have on Instagram? How many followers does he have on Twitter? Ryan Garcia has over 1.1 million on Twitter. I think he has over 10 million on Instagram. A lot of these are freaking trolls, bot accounts, to be honest with you. But they're looking at that, see, fam? And that's what the WBC is looking at. And that's why they colluded to make him a champ. Salute to brother DK is right in the building. Salute to you, good fam. Thanks for joining us. We've been cooking. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch returns. He says athletes who claim supplement contamination should not be excused, as they have the option to submit all supplements for VADA testing prior to consumption and competition. Amen. That's the truth. Actual facts. They disclose their supplements beforehand and give it to VADA for testing. And VADA clears it. Like, well, this is not contaminated. Nothing's wrong with it. You're fine to use it, right? You've disclosed it. Thank you for disclosing this to us. And this is fine. You can use this supplement if you want to, right? So this supplement contamination excuse, oh, Mike, which is what he said, that his super carbs, Ryan Garcia said his super carb protein or supplement had ostarine in it, and then he got it from Scooter. Well, if you follow the protocol, that was supposed to be submitted beforehand for testing, right? And if he did submit it beforehand, they would tell him if it was contaminated. But I don't think he submitted it beforehand. He just took it without telling VADA. And now that gives him an easy way to say, well, it was contaminated. Well, how do we know that? We're supposed to just take your word for it? But you're a known liar. So your word is nothing to us. Yeah, how the hell are you going to trust Ryan Garcia? Oh, yeah. Somebody contaminated a Scooter. Notice he never continued pursuing that, because Scooter was going to sue him if he kept pursuing that bogus excuse. That's this trainer who's a professional trainer that trains all types of high profile clients is going to he's going to give one of his clients a contaminated supplement. Come on, none of it's believable. Yeah, but to what you said, bro, DK is right. Athletes who claim supplement contamination should not be excused. Yeah, but we're talking about the sport of boxing, so all types of things are excused, including people let athletes get away with that, right? When that's like almost a non-issue. Like that happens hardly where supplements get contaminated. The odds of that are so low, fam. The percentages are so low. And I don't believe it in anything in relation to Ryan Garcia anyways. So yeah, And there's a process to mitigate that and for that not to happen. And you just laid it out there. Submit your supplements beforehand to VADA for testing. Right? Salute to Brother B. Remember, I can name a few more black fighters that lost and they punished. Yeah, remember, I can name a few more black fighters that lost and they punished them. Yeah. Yeah, when a black fighter loses, the world celebrates, fam. Yep, when a black fighter loses, the world rejoices. Remember when Ryan Garcia initially won, he was at Mar-a-Lago a day or two later. Mar-a-Lago down in Florida. President Trump, before Trump became president again. He was campaigning to be president again. He was down in Mar-a-Lago. Damn, where can I find that? Yeah, sorry, I just read something. Okay, Brother B says Fulton was a unified champ, lost to NOL, came back on the prelims. Good point, bro. Yeah, they try to throw away black fighters. PBC don't treat their people right, man. They punished Fulton and they punished they definitely punished Spence for losing to they punished Spence for losing to Bud Crawford. Absolutely, fam. Yeah, it's obvious. It's self-evident. Yeah. All right, let's continue. Sorry, I saw your comment. Is it Al-Qaidi? You asked for anyone, got 5 on Cash App to spare. This is my first time seeing you here, bro. First time seeing you here. Salute to you. Yeah, probably not the best of places to ask for money on the internet. But you never know. Someone might give it. If you offer a service to them or sell a product. Anyways, let's continue, fam. He said we'll always be there for each other. Salute to Eric. Oh, it's the end of the month. Yeah, I guess folks gotta pay rent. Yeah. Is that in reference to, make sure I didn't miss anything? Okay, yeah, I think you're talking about. All right, let's go. Javon, says, yeah, no panhandling. Yeah. Like, I say the best way, go ahead, Erico, yeah. Go ahead and start a YouTube channel and build up your YouTube channel. Talk about boxing, talk about whatever your passion is, your subject matter expertise is. Go whatever state you live in, go register an LLC. I'm actually being serious, start an LLC and just, open up a business bank account, and just go start there. That would be my advice to you. Alka. That would be my advice to you. This is a time for business. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're working or not in terms of a job, but yeah, even if you have a job, I would say still start your own business, like an LLC. It's one of the easiest things to create, whatever state you're in. There's a certain state fee. Go ahead and register that thing and then start from there. That would be my advice. And then you can get resources that way. Yep. All right, let's go, fam. He's saying they're desperate. They need talent. Salute to Brother B. Yeah, he took the pic with his fist to Trump's face. Yeah, his fist to Trump's face, even after Ryan talked shit about Trump. Yeah. That's how much they love seeing the former undisputed black champion fall. Yeah. Yeah, fam. They don't. Yeah. Yeah, fam. Yeah, he accomplished the mission in defeating an elite black fighter, because the black fighters lose, but no one cares if he's not elite. Okay, a black fighter lost to a whatever fighter, but they really care when an elite black fighter falls or loses initially, like Devin Haney did. And yeah, exactly, B. Motherfucker met with the fucking president the next day. I forgot about that. Yeah. Next day, he's posted up with Trump doing the little dance, literally performing for him. It's like, dance, Ryan, dance. Dance, Ryan, dance. You know, what does that sound like? Dance, boy, dance. Literally, that's the imagery was terrible. It was a bad look for Ryan. He doesn't even know how he was being used politically, you know? And now look what's happening. He's speaking out against Trump. He said, I no longer support him on his Twitter. Well, you voted for him and you supported him and you said, vote Donald Trump. That's what you said in that video. And now you're tweeting about, oh, you didn't know that he was going to go after non-criminals in like the Hispanic community or the Mexican American community. You didn't know that he wasn't going to. Well, you voted for it, though. That's what you voted for. That's what all Mexican Americans, Hispanics voted for. They voted for Donald Trump. They didn't vote for Kamala, particularly the men. They voted for Donald Trump. And they were naive enough and politically ignorant enough to think that this man who's a liar and a convicted felon was saying, oh, we only care about the criminals. A racist doesn't make a differentiation between different races and like within that race, whether, oh, you're the criminals and you're the non-criminals. No, he's racist. He thinks you're all criminals. So to vote for this, and then you see Hispanics that are ICE officers and Hispanics that are working for CBP, that's Customs and Border Patrol, these two rogue outfits of the federal government. Most of them are made up of Hispanics because CBP, you have to have Spanish speakers at the border. Practically, it helps, right? ICE is full of Hispanics. So what are we talking about right now? Like this is a major contradiction, and you see it within the boxer Ryan Garcia. He's like a reflection of all the politics going on in the day, right? He beats Devin Haney initially, and then he's going down to Mar-a-Lago, right, for Donald Trump, when Donald Trump needs a cover for his racism. So Ryan Garcia doesn't even understand that, bro, they're using you as a cover to say that, oh, I'm not anti-Mexican American. Look, I have this Mexican American boxer that likes me, and I like him. How could I be racist? Like, dude, you're a political prop. I'm talking about Ryan Garcia. You were used as a political prop because you had defeated a black fighter. That's all it was. If Devin Haney had won that night initially, there would be no invitation anywhere. He's not getting invited nowhere. Right? What's his name? Yeah, that's what I plan to do. Be preach. Yeah, that's what I'm. Hey, I should have been a preacher, but what's his name? Sanders. Deion Sanders invites this guy. Fam, you want to talk to someone that's very versed on this whole Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia debacle? I am one of those people. I'm not the only one. Brother BFTB Boxing is very well versed. Queen Sugar Free Mars is very well versed. Brother Drew Titan LLC is very well versed. Blue Blood Sports TV is very well versed. 7-8 Sports TV is very well versed in this whole debacle. They were there in New York with Devin. And I was observing it from afar and saw everything from day one. Brother B in the chat knows a lot of these issues that keep resurfacing, right? Oscar is wasting Devin Haney's time, fam. Devin Haney does his Twitter thing. He may respond to it. I don't know. But Devin could just put him in his place real quick, one tweet. And you know us on the grassroots going to do it. If it's merited, if it's warranted, if it's even worth our time. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Brother Jay Vani. Dev's worth is evident. Speaking of worth. Yeah. His net worth, his value to the sport of boxing. Absolutely, fam. Dev's worth is self-evident. He's the face of boxing. Devin Haney's the face of boxing. Yeah, I've had enough of that. Let me see what's going on in this Twitter world. These Twitter boxing streets. Yeah, so I don't care what Oscar De La Hoya is doing. Devin Haney should fight Richardson Hitchins under Zuffa. And if Shakur Stevenson fight's even possible, that seems less likely. I think he's more likely to fight Richardson Hitchins. That Shakur Stevenson fight, as we were talking yesterday, is really a fantasy fight, fam. I'm scrolling down my Twitter right now, just seeing what's left to discuss before we get out of here, fam. We've been cooking for a minute. Let me do a quick time check. Cool. So I don't know where that poll is going. It can go straight to hell if you ask me. Oscar De La Hoya is a waste of time. Let me just pull up. Oh, that's it right there. Okay. Oh, is this Sean Haney? Oh, okay. There's Sean Haney sparring. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was that other video of Eddie Hearn. Where is it? I saw that earlier. Oh, yeah. It's a short clip. Okay, let me pull that up. Let me see. Today, Eddie Hearn explains why it'll be hard to sign. Okay, let me see that. Yeah, because we didn't cover this yesterday. I was supposed to cover Eddie Hearn yesterday, but then here we go. Let me put that on the screen, if you know what I mean. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so this was the earlier video. The other video I played came after this one. This was actually in, so I have the chronological order a little different. So this is what Eddie Hearn said initially. Okay.
Is it not worth your while to go back?
No, because we're in a position now.
Fair
Rumors
use,
Haney's
fair use, educational purposes, YouTube. Okay, Eddie Hearn.
Rumors Haney's talking to him. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes.
Who spoke?
Oh, speaking of Live, top left corner of the screen. I was talking about Live, the events. They do the golf tournament. Look at the top left corner of the screen. Live, travel, and events. It says it right there on the left. All right, let's go.
Damn.
No, because I can't do anything with Dev. Like,
Why?
because the money's not there, Con. Like, where unless
He
you're
says he can't do anything with Devin. The money's not there.
unless you need these guys, unless you're willing to lose a load of money in the process, you just can't. It's the same with Richardson. It's the same with Devin. I love Devin. We've talked, and if a fight made sense or a number made sense, but he wants.
So this guy has the same modus operandi or MO. He has to devalue Devin in the marketplace. You know, oh, no one's willing to pay what Devin wants. That's devaluing Devin, right? Just so you understand that, like, when you say I can't afford to pay what you're worth, you might think, oh, that means he's saying he's high value. No, he's saying the market ain't going to pay you what you want, mate. You ain't worth that. That's what he's saying, fam. These people are really tricky. And if we don't stay on top of them, fam, this is the game they run. That's why I suggested to the guy that came in the chat, who might be a troll, but it's just general advice to anyone listening. Like, even if you work a job, a career, you should always be like business oriented, because this is what these people, this is business. And you see how treacherous the boxing business is, right, Erico? Right there. Eddie is so full of shit. Yeah, a lot of them are. And Eddie Hearn is one of them. Right? You're talking about money. Yeah, the ultimate technology. You're dealing with technology right now. We got to stay on their necks, fam. And like, it's a daily thing. It's a daily thing. Just staying on these people's neck is a daily adventure, man. For lack of a better word. Jay Vonnie says, and his word weighs a little more because he once represented Devin. Exactly. This guy used to represent Dev. I still see him with pictures. There was an event. Devin was there with him, sitting beside each other, took a photo. He's always around the way, you know what I mean? But what he wants from Devin Haney will not give to him. Devin Haney ain't going to give this. He wants him to sign with Matchroom. Why would Devin Haney? He's not going to sign with no Matchroom. He's not going to be a Matchroom fighter. It doesn't even sound right. It don't sound right. It don't look right. Devin Haney's not going to Matchroom, bro. Give it up. Be super tricky, man. Yeah, that's that technology. That's that technology, fam. All right, let's go.
Crazy money. And so therefore you need someone that's desperate to overpay the marketplace, a bit like I did with him.
Wow. Didn't I just finish? Do you hear this, man? He's saying he overpaid Devin Haney at the beginning of when they first met. He's saying he overpaid him. I mean, Jay Vonnie right here. And his word weighs a little more because he once represented Devin. So I'm talking about Eddie Hearn. Complete 180 or 360, whatever way you want to look at it. Look how he's talking about Devin right now. And this is the latest iteration. That's why the first clip I played for you, fam, was him cleaning this clip up. I played it in a reverse order, though. I should have played this first. But the last clip was him cleaning it up. Right? He trying to clean it up, but he ended up saying the same thing. He was devalued. We heard him, like, right? But he's trying to clean up this part right here where he says, oh, I paid him too much. Let me rewind.
Years ago. Yeah, but the marketplace, a bit like I did with him years ago. It's the same with Richardson. It's the same with Devin. I love Devin. We've talked, and if a fight made sense or a number made sense, but he wants crazy.
Yeah, I'm saying the same thing, Jay Vonnie. Whoa.
Crazy money. And so therefore you need someone that's desperate to overpay the marketplace, a bit like I did with him years ago.
Yeah, but that's something you've already invested that money.
He's saying he was desperate when he met Devin Haney and overpaid him to get into the marketplace. Crazy work, fam.
Is it not worth your while to go back?
No, because we're in a position now of we're number one.
See, the reporters correct him. It's like, wait, isn't it an investment that you're looking to, circle back to? This is an investment you made, right?
Not worth your while to go back?
No, because we're in a position now of we're need someone that's desperate to overpay the marketplace, a bit like I did with him years ago.
Yeah, but that's something you've already invested that money. Is it not worth your while to go back?
No, because
is it not worthwhile your money to return back?
We're in a position now of we're number one. So we don't need to overpay crazy.
Right, B, you were saying that earlier, that they're the number one company, and he just verified it. Right, so he's like, we don't need to overpay for
numbers to bring talent. Our talent roster is brilliant. And I just, like, if I sign Devin, I just don't know what I would do with him. Like, what would I do?
But you said in the other video that the Ryan Garcia rematch is what you're interested in, Eddie. You don't know what you would do with him, and you said that that's what you would pay for it, the rematch between Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch. So what's up? This guy's just salty, man. Dev robbed the bank. They hate it. But no, seriously, we're the only people they claim they overpay. Yeah. Right? We've seen, this is the second video. We're seeing a pattern here, fam. To me, this is like a racial attack. It's racially motivated. It's racially biased, bro. It's just straight up racist attack. But they don't gotta call you the N-word no more. They just gotta devalue your marketplace value as a fighter. Yeah, Erico, make fights, Eddie. What the f? Yeah, exactly. Do what you're supposed to do as a promoter. Make fights happen. You say that's what you want. You wanted Ryan Garcia and Devin. Now you're saying you don't know what to do with him. Javani, Dev won't be a hard sale because he's willing to fight everyone. Exactly. Exactly. They try to make it sound hard, but it's only because it's Devin. Salute to be every fighter they got and every fighter they scout to sign. Every fighter they got and every fighter they scout to sign. Yeah. I'm positive they do their due diligence in every fighter they have. And now they're the biggest promotional company.
Devin against the winner of Jack Catcher against Shakur Gearsov. Okay, Devin's not interested in that. Devin just wants huge money.
You can be. Salute to be every fighter they got and every fighter they scout. Oh, I read that already. Yeah, fam. Yeah, he's downgrading Devin because he's salty because he didn't sign it. That's all it is.
The Ryan Garcia fight for him though was
No, I think look, the Ryan Conor Ben fight was done ages ago, so that's there. Maybe Devin could fight the winner of that in time, but Devin's got to do what.
Why would Devin fight the winner of Conor Ben and Ryan Garcia when Devin wants to get his lick back or get a rematch with Ryan? What does Conor Ben have to do with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia's rematch? Does he understand that Devin Haney wants the rematch with Ryan Garcia as long as it's only he wants it based off of if it's clean and fair, but he wants it. What is all this other stuff? Salute to Naquan. If Dev was still with Matchroom, he would have no need for boots. Facts. True. Yeah, Devin alone. Or imagine Devin and boots. But yeah, I feel your point though.
Right for Devin. Rumours Haney's talking to him. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes.
Have you spoke to him?
No, because I can't do anything with Dev. Like,
Why?
because the money's not there, Con. Like, unless you need these.
He's saying he can't do anything with Devin. The money's not there. Turkey, the money is there. Turkey, hello.
These guys, unless you're willing to lose a load of money in the process, you just can't. It's the same with Richardson. It's the same with Devin. I love Devin. We've talked.
Lose money how? How is he going to lose money with Dev? Dev puts butts in seats. Dev only goes for big fights, championship fights, unifications. That's what puts butts in seats.
And if a fight made sense or a number made sense.
Salute to Brother B. No, I'm saying Eddie's saying that their number is just slang for re-robbing everyone. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, their number, the fighter's number. Every fighter we have and every fighter we're scouting, we're going to lowball them because they can supposedly. Yeah. This is what tricksters do in business, you know. Yeah, their number is just slang for robbing everyone. Yeah, every fighter we have and every fighter we are scouting, we're going to lowball. Yeah, that's the name of the game. You got to lowball them. Buy low, sell high. You know, but get the fighter for as low as possible, you know. Yeah, and always keep the fighter thinking, like that the fighter needs you, you know. We're the ones that provide value to you, but really it's the fighter that provides value to the promotional company. The promotional companies are nothing without their fighters, whatever it's Matchroom, BBC, the fighters are what make these companies valuable. With no fighters, they don't got no value, fam. Oh, salute to Solo Dolo in the building. Salute. Good to see you, bro. Salute, fam. Just on this Saturday, cooking with the fam. Salute to B. Eddie's saying that their number one is just him. It's just him saying, I'm robbing every fighter because I can. I'm number one. Yeah. You have to rationalize and justify the robbery. So I can do what I want. We're number one. We can do what we want. Meaning we got the power to do it. Yep. All right.
But he wants crazy money. And so therefore you need someone that's desperate to overpay the marketplace. A bit like I did with him years ago.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, you've already invested that money. Is it not worth your while?
Yeah, at least the UK journalists are, or I should say the British journalists or wherever this is, Ireland, say he bounced back. It's like, well, you invested the money. It's an investment. You mean you overpaid?
To go back?
No, because we're in a position now of we're number one. So we don't need
right there, B. We're number one.
To overpay crazy numbers to bring talent. Our talent roster is brilliant. And I just, like, if I sign Devin, I just don't know what I would do with him.
He wouldn't talk like this if Devin was still rocking with him like that. He'd be singing a totally different tune.
Like, what would I do? Devin against the winner of Jack Catcher against Shakur Gearsov. Okay, Devin's not interested in that. Devin just wants huge money.
You could make the
He's a prize fighter. Oh, it's a clip I want to show y'all.
Ryan Garcia fight for him, though, was...
No, I think, look, the Ryan Conor Ben fight was done ages ago. So that's there. Maybe Devin could fight the winner of that in time. But Devin's got to do what's right for Devin.
Yeah, Devin is a prize fighter. Let me see if I can find that clip. This funny clip with Floyd Mayweather. Salute to brother Eric. Oh, what's a good fight? Oh, no, sorry. What? That's a good fight. Yeah. Yeah. We did the winner of, I didn't see the other part. Yeah. With Devin Haney and the winner of, Catterall and Giasov. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a good fight, but let Eddie tell it. Nothing's a good fight for Devin Haney. Let him tell it. Insidious work, fam. I'm looking for a clip right now. Yeah, Eddie's a snake. Yep. Yeah. I'm looking for a clip. Oh, let me just go to brother. I have it on my page, but this is like a message to Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, all y'all, from Floyd Mayweather, and hopefully via or by way of Devin Haney. Where's the clip? It's so funny. Where's the clip of him saying, oh, there it is. I found it. Yeah, I did. I reposted it on my, this is a funny clip. Salute to Erico. I want to see Dev fight Catterall. Yeah, that's a good scrap. If that got made next, I'm not mad at that either. I'm not, fam. I'm open-minded, man. Devin can fight Catterall. He can fight the winner of Catterall, Giasov. He can fight Richardson, Hitchins. Most is Hitchinson's. Shakur seems like that's a fantasy fight, and obviously the rematch with Ryan Garcia. He has options for him. Let me just do a time check. Okay, cool. This is a funny clip.
Fighter.
So to brother Benji for posting this on his Twitter. I reposted it. Fair use, YouTube. It's Floyd Mayweather.
Shane Mosley said Floyd Mayweather fights for money. You fucking dummy. I'm a prize fighter. That's what I'm supposed to fight for. A prize. Duh. Shane Mosley said.
Is he lying? Is Floyd Mayweather lying when he says that? He's not lying. He's a prize fighter. Devin Haney's a prize fighter. Ryan Garcia's a prize fighter. Conor Benn's a prize fighter. Regis Prograis a prize fighter. Jack Catterall's, they're all prize fighters. So, right, he's not lying. You know, it's just Devin is about legacy and money. That's what makes him such a threat. He's about both. That's what he's about. And that is like unacceptable to the establishment.
Floyd Mayweather fights for money. You fucking dummy. I'm a prize fighter. That's what I'm supposed to fight for. A prize. Duh. Shane Mosley.
Hey, Floyd was good, fam. Floyd was good. With this promotion, his promotion game was tight, fam. Par excellence when it came to selling a fight. He knew how to do that. Floyd Mayweather is very good selling a fight. And definitely young fighters should study him in the ring and out of the ring in terms of this stuff, like how to promote your fights, you know, how to talk up a fight, how to talk up your opponent. Never denigrate your opponent. Never denigrate yourself. As a fighter, don't denigrate your opponent either, because that's your opponent. It's your resume, you know.
Floyd Mayweather fights for money. You fucking dummy. I'm a prize fighter. That's what I'm supposed to fight for. A prize. Duh. Shane Mosley said Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, they need to bring this kind of stuff back with the music and everything as a build-up to these fights. I know Devin had his channel on YouTube. He still has it. And they were doing their own thing. Y'all bring that back. These little build-ups. Yeah, true boxing fans love this stuff.
Mayweather fights for money. You fucking dummy. I'm a prize fighter. That's what I'm supposed to fight for. A prize. Duh. Shane Mosley said Floyd Mayweather fights for money.
All right, fam. We've been cooking for a while. Saturday night, you know, it's getting to that time, fam. And we've been cooking for a minute. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we got a lot to chew on. It's an ongoing dialogue, ongoing discussion. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch returns. Oscar wasting time. Shakur and Hitchins not next. We will definitely revisit this, fam. But I wanted to cook with a good family. Go to the website, respectringmedia.com. Articles are there. Information's there. Yeah, I'm on Twitter at respectringnews. I want to thank all of you for coming through. Brother Naquan, yes. Eddie will poison your water, quenching your thirst. Crazy work, fam. Eddie Hearn. That's a wild analogy, man, but it makes sense. Eddie will poison your water, quench. That's evil, bro. On his part, if you ever imagine that you're in the desert and you need water, and the person poisons the water. That's crazy. But salute to brother Naquan in the building. Salute to brother Eric O in the building. Salute to brother Solo Dolo. Man, salute to brother B in the building. Eric O in the building. Solo Dolo B, Naquan. Salute to brother Jay Vonnie in the building. Peace and salute to all of you, man. Peace and salute to Alke, who asked for the $5 on Cash App. Peace and salute to DK is right. Peace and salute to Devo. Salute and peace to Real Assad. Salute and peace to Snoopy Mac in the building. Dream team over everybody. Devin Haney over everybody. Salute to brother Devo. Yeah, just looking. Salute to brother Bounce Back. Salute to brother Noah Randall. Thank you all for being here. Salute to brother Vaughn D was in the house earlier. Yeah, salute to you, bro. Salute to Eric O. Salute to Andrew, the African War. Salute to Mike's Mindset. Man, peace, blessing, salute to all of you. Yeah. Let me see Eric O, great show. Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you for being here, man. Thanks, bro. Solo Dolo, I'm on the road. Okay. Godspeed to you. Safe travels, bro. Seriously. Peace. Yeah, peace. Peace to you, bro. Solo Dolo, peace. Naquan, fam, peace out. Giovanni, peace and blessings. All right, y'all. I'm out. Steven X out. Respectringmedia.com. Peace and blessings. See you guys next week. Bye for now. Godspeed.